All right, we'll wait for people to get back in here. I am sorry about that. Let me do this here. All right, perfect. Perfect. Everybody looks like they're coming in again. Awesome, everyone's here. Well, not everyone, but... Okay, sorry about that, guys. The graphic just got messed up. Hopefully IG comes back in here. I hate it when that happens, right when someone pays. I've had that happen a couple times. But, yeah, I'm not just taking off and running. Even though it kind of looked like that. It really did. Okay, so... Thank you, Twinkle. All right, Twinkle, you will be number 43. Awesome, there's Nina. Okay, Twinkle is number 43. All right. Man, I'm on Butterfinger today. There we go. All right. So... Hey there, Ellen. 444. Hopefully that means some good luck. Hey there, JK. Or Jeannie. Jeannie. I remembered. Eventually. I'm from Utah. United States. I saw you logged on there for a second, JK. Hey there, GOT Ronnie. Have you liked and subscribed? I can put you on the list. All right, your number is 44. GOT, and it was 444 just a second ago, so that's a lot. 100% I live in the past. Kentucky for Ashley Groves. Awesome, I've heard that's the birthplace of fried chicken. Don't know if it's true or not, but somebody had to do it sometime, and it was in Kentucky. Yes, I can put you on the list. So you'll be 45, Jeannie. Look down in the description, GOT Ronnie. Look down in the description and you can see how we do things on here. Did anyone tell IG that we were... Well, she can see the stream that I started a new one. Because you guys were posting that, so... Or they can see the stream. IG, are you there? Hopefully you're there, IG. Come on now. I hate when I do that. I hate when someone pays and then that happens. Had it happen a couple times. It looks kind of unprofessional. I'll just be honest with you. Hey there, Hi Man Shu, how you doing? I can give you a number. We can do 46 for you. Awesome, there's IG. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, sorry about that. For some reason the stream closed out, IG. Yeah, having some difficulties there. Hate that. I think so, Pamela GL. That might be on your end. That might be on your end, because on my end, it's not telling me I'm dropping frames. So, yeah. Don't need a reading, just chill. Oh, okay. Just chilling. Okay. Well, welcome to the chat. Hi, Maya Robinson. How are you doing? I don't know what you just typed. I do that all the time. Have no idea what I type half of the time. Hopefully, though, someone can read it and make sense of it. It's a bunch of just mouth sounds and words in our head. So it's all contextual. None of it's real. That got a little more weird than I thought it was going to be. All right. No, you haven't, Maya. You have not. So, IG, let's focus on your questions here. You said you had 3 of them. What was the first one again? Thank you, Maya. Your number will be 46. We'll have Maya be 46. Okay, perfect. All right, thank you, IG. We will look at that. And I will say this right now, you guys. If you want to skip the line, you can become a member and go from there. Take a look down below. You can see the member options, and you get some perks with being a member. And I think it starts at $1.99 a month, and you guys would get a lot more priority than the free list. Hey there, Joanna. How are you doing? Okay, well, thank you for stopping in here. I appreciate that, my friend. What's going on between the Leo and the X right now? Let's see. Let's see what we got going here. I am doing great, Joanna. Hopefully, let me see here. You said you were doing good. I'm very bad at small talk, or big talk, for that matter, Joanna, but I do appreciate you coming in here and saying hello and dropping a like. I appreciate that immensely. I'll say this while I'm shuffling these cards for IG. Hi, Manchu. So you said if love was made by God, then why does everyone get hurt due to love? You mean breakups. So my views on that are going to be this. A lot of us growing up have been taught a form of love that is not love. We've been taught that love is conditional. We've been taught that love only happens if we achieve something or if we do something to get it. And I think there's a lot of trauma and there's a lot of abuse that all of us are going through, and so we get in these relationships thinking that we're ready, but really we're just projecting our own insecurities and the way we were raised onto our partner. And when we do that, we're coming at it from a place where we're not healed, and so relationships will suffer because of that. Because a lot of us grew up in the Disney princes and princess age, and romanticism is something that does not help anybody. It's killed a lot of relationships, actually. All right. Hopefully that helps answer that question, Hi Manshu. That's, again, those are my thoughts. I'm not saying that is the answer, but that's my view on that. Okay. So IG said, what's going on between the Leo and his ex right now? So let's do this. Thank you, Hi Manshu. I appreciate that. All right, let's shuffle these cards here. And also, a lot of us get into relationships, just as I'm shuffling these cards here for IG. A lot of us get in relationships and we get in them when we're feeling kind of lonely or like we want to escape. We want to escape something. And we use the relationship as means for escaping. our lives, our pain, or whatever it happens to be. And that in itself, that's not fair to the other person. So when we come at a relationship from a healed perspective, we're not running from ourselves, we're not trying to escape from something that's going on in our lives, we're focused on being here and now. Thank you, Ellen, for saying that. All right, let's do this. What's going on between the Leo and his ex right now? Let's do one more shuffle. There we go. I'll show you these cards here in just a second, IG. I'm just getting them all shuffled out. I have myself a little nook. It sounds dirty. It's not supposed to be. It's this thing right here. Look at that. I'm going to have to do it like this. I have a little table. I got our cards laid out here. I'm going to go back up and show these just because it's probably hard for you guys to see the cards anyway. But this is where we're doing the spreads here, so I'm just showing you. There we go. Back to your regularly scheduled me. Hey guys, I'm back. There we go. Hey, it's okay. I forget I'm live too, Sun Goddess Ari. Okay, let's see what we got here for IG. Nope, Sun Goddess, I have not called you. So first thing I get IG is this. We get strategy in reverse, and then we get the Tower card in reverse, okay? These two cards in reverse, that's making me feel like in this relationship right here with the ex and the, let me read it one more time just so I completely get it. What's going on between the Leo and his ex right now? So what's going on between the Leo and the ex? Strategy and the Tower card in reverse. It feels like there's been staleness or something hasn't been moving the way it should, or something it isn't moving the way that it needs to for the Leo and the ex. When I see strategy in reverse and I see the Tower card in reverse, it feels like things are, depending on the perspective, because this is kind of confusing, things can either be moving quickly or things can be not moving at all. Okay, they're going through a divorce, they have a child together. That would make sense. So the strategy and this one right here, the Tower and the strategy card in reverse, that definitely to me is saying that you said they're going through a divorce, they have a child together. So if I see these two in reverse, right? Okay, Sun Goddess, have a good one, my friend. One of these days you'll get your free reading. I know sometimes it takes a while. But the Tower in reverse and strategy is going to be that things aren't working the way that they need to, or things aren't going the way that it's been planned. So if there was a schedule to the divorce or things proceeding, I feel like they're moving along, but not fast enough. And I feel like this person doesn't exactly know what they want. I think we talked about this before, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like this person doesn't exactly know what they want, and so it's going to make it difficult for them to understand the relationship. Because sometimes a divorce can be, it can be a situation where we want the person even more, right? There could be still a pretty strong connection there, but it's from a different perspective. It just feels to me like it feels like a sticky situation. I then get these cards, though. I get the Goddess of the Moon in reverse, and I get the Empress right here. Okay, Nina, you have a good one, too. Thanks for coming on, my friend. So Goddess of the Moon in reverse and the Empress. This, to me, is feeling like we're waiting for something to We're waiting for something to happen. We're waiting for there to be a path that's made clear to us, but we're not getting it because the goddess of the moon in reverse is kind of like very subtle energies, or it feels like a slow shifting kind of energy. It's not moving. It's really not moving. I feel like you're being patient. If I can say this, I feel like you're the Empress in this situation. There's patience here. There's a sense of waiting, or there's a sense of, I guess trying to be understanding would be the way I would describe it. And then I saw static. I saw the word static. So trying to be understanding, but in a situation that feels like it's moving like molasses. The really thick stuff that comes out of tree, like tree blood, I think is what it's called. And but that's what I'm feeling. It just feels very, very slow moving, or it feels like it's not moving. Give me 1 second here as I do this. Is it okay, IG, if I connect with your energy? Just want to ask before I try. Okay, thank you. Hey there, SD. So just to know if I'm hitting on something or not, IG, I feel like your energy is fairly open. I feel like, actually, before I do this here, because I have one psychic thing here, but I have the rest of your reading for the cards as well. I get this card. I can add you SD. Your number will be 47. I get Happy Family in reverse, and then I get the Wheel of Fortune upright. And so what this means to me is, oh, hold on, SD. Yeah, your number is 47, SD. What this means to me is movement, but in a way that's like non-movement, right? So Happy Family in reverse, Wheel of Fortune. I'm wondering if these people are trying to put on a good face for the child, right? Because I can understand trying to do something like that. But there's a sense of clinging energy that's holding on in this situation where I feel like the best thing for these people to do would be to go their separate ways. I really do feel like that would be the best thing to do. But when I'm seeing this right here, the Wheel of Fortune card, it's like there's just not a lot of movement here. So the first thing I'm seeing is the lack of movement. But then I get this. I get Blossoming Abundance and Blossoming Abundance and Queen of Coins. Okay, you think so. Awesome. Okay. So Blossoming Abundance and Queen of Coins just to me feels like if you're wanting to, I never tell people to wait for somebody just because I don't feel like that's good advice, but sometimes we have our heart set on someone, and I feel like if that's what we want to do, and you're going to do it anyway, if you're wanting to wait, then I can understand that. I'm doing IG's donation right now. She donated for 3 full questions, so we're going to be on her reading for a little while. But it feels to me, IG, the primary thing that I'm feeling is just confusion and this person wanting something still with the ex in a way, not the same relationship they had before, but also wanting to drift away from that relationship. But it's like this energy is sticky, it's clingy, it doesn't feel like a clean break. And the divorce feels like if it can take longer, I feel like it's going to take longer. Yeah, so it just feels very slow. The first thing I got psychically is and maybe I'm wrong with this, but the first thing I got was money issues or something about money. Is there anything about money? Is there anything about money issues with this, or divorcing, getting half the... If there's not, that's okay. I'm just curious if there's anything that this person was worried about financially. You're good, Ellen. You're good. I understand. Sometimes I'm unsure what we're up to as well, so I think it works. No prenup with them. Okay. So that would make sense why there's something going on there. So that's the thing with the divorce, is it's not just a possible love interest. It's also kind of it's kind of everything. It's kind of everything mixed in together. It's emotional, it's financial. There's the love part of it. Sometimes there can be a spiritual aspect to it as well. It's just kind of like a separation through everything. And that's why I feel like it's been dragged on. He will lose a lot. Okay, so that makes sense. The money issues would definitely make sense. I see it as a chain being around this person's neck, not knowing whether to do this, that, or the other. I understand this person is up into a spot where it feels like a rock in a hard place, would be the best way I could describe these sensations. But they have to make a decision, because right now this isn't fair to you in this situation. And I understand it's not supposed to be about you. I get that. But if this person keeps stringing you along or keeps saying this is happening, that's happening, it may be time to take a step back, because it feels to me like this person's energy just seems everywhere but where you would want it to be, right? I feel scattered. I feel a sense of anxiety is a word. Yeah, that's something I would use to describe it. So this is resonating so far. So that's what I'm feeling is going on between these two. Not anything that we could talk about that's going to be like concrete. Are they going to split up? Are they going to do this or that? I do feel they will split up. I do feel the divorce will be finalized. I just feel it's going to take... So no con. Okay. I feel like it's going to take time. I do feel like it's going to take time for this to clear up. I do feel like there's going to be a divorce, though, but something's telling me it's going to be longer than we think it's going to be. And a divorce can be a long time. So hopefully that helps answer the first question. I would say, if I had to, let me see if I can get a time frame. I saw Cancer, as in the astrological sign. Yeah, Jano gets it. It's not just about one or the other. There's usually more than one thing involved. So I saw Cancer, the astrological sign. That to me can be... this could be around possibly June through August. There could be something going on where maybe it's finalized, maybe something's going on, or maybe there's there's more contact, or there's more of an easy flow with this kind of situation and what's going on. But it feels to me like it could be June through August, around that time frame. It is. That's a shitty situation. That's a shitty situation no matter how you slice it. So I'd say, yeah, between June and August... Between June and July primarily, but something's telling me June and August as well. So about a 3-month time frame, June through August. Hopefully that helps. IG, hopefully that gives you a little bit more insight there. What was your other question? Or your other two questions? You can ask them one at a time, and we can kind of go from there. Hopefully. Oh, for you, Jano, done in May. Hopefully everything goes through. All right, how does the Leo feel about you right now? Let me see here. Sarah, you did indeed make it. Welcome home, Sarah. Welcome home. I can add you on the list. Your number would be number 48. It's amicable, at least. That's good. That's good. The amicable part. Amicable. Ah, it's a fun word to say. Yeah, your number will be 48. That is good, though, that it's mutual, right, Jano? That's, at least that shows maturity. All right. Let's do this here. So the next question was Leo's current feelings, so let me do this again here. I forgot to do this part. I struggle, you guys. I'm having a struggle sandwich for lunch, dinner, and breakfast. So let's see what I can do to do this. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So let's get rid of this. And then let's do this here. All right, let me do this. Not yet, Renee. All right, currently reading IG. I got to remember to do that so that we can remember that and to do that. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to see what we can get psychically, and we can go from there, just so it, it makes sense. I'm glad it's okay. I'm forgetful, though, and I forget. And sometimes I forget that I'm forgetful. Yes. All right. Let's move on here. So, current feelings of Leo towards IG. Let's see what we can get here. You like cards and psychic, it's cool. Awesome. Hey, Therese Calderia, yes, I can put you on the list, and we can go from there. I'll do cards too. I'm just getting some stuff here. So, Therese, if you can like and subscribe for me, I can put you on the list. Let me know when you've liked and subscribed. I give you a number, and then we can go up there. Mine is purring, my cat, that is. Thank you, Sarah, for specifying that it's your cat that's purring. Sometimes, I'll be honest with you, my eyebrows make weird noises, so I didn't know what else to say with that. I felt pressured. All right, so here's what I've got here, IG. So I heard the words best friend and partner. I feel like this person's energy towards you. There's a sense of camaraderie between you two. There's a sense of things. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Therese, or Teresa Calderia, or Therese Calderia. Thank you very much. Your number will be number 49. Thank you so much. Your number is number 49. And we do things in a random number generator. You can look at the description down below and see how we do things. All right. There we go. And then I got the name Sam. I don't know if the name Sam means anything to you, but that's what I got was the name Sam. Or a short S name, but Sam or Scott or something along those lines, but it felt like that was something. I don't know if that's part of the connection, the name of somebody or something. If not, that's okay too. That just came in. Let me see if I can get anything else here. No S name that you can think of. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I was just feeling like there was an S name. It might make sense later, or it could just be that that was something my brain had as an overlay. So it could have just been something I was maybe subconsciously thinking of. I did feel like that had significance in some way, though, but that's okay. All right, let's do some cards here for you, IG. What are Leo's current feelings towards IG? He got her pregnant and felt forced to marry her. And that sounds like a rough situation. But I can understand it never felt like it was time for you guys. Let me see what we can do here. How does the Leo feel about IG right now? Alrighty, give me just a second here. Let's shuffle these other cards here. We're going to do 6 cards here for this one. Or I felt like it was the right thing. Then they separated and he came back last year and we started seeing each other again last year. I can understand. So you and him felt like there's definitely a connection here, regardless of how I see it. And I do feel a sense of camaraderie, but this person taking time, or maybe it's you taking time from this person as well, until things are finalized, it does kind of leave you in a confused place, right? Him as well, but it's like you primarily. But I do feel like he wants out of the situation with this other person, but it feels like there's, like I said, that sticky energy, this kind of weird energy. Took space towards the end because I felt like he was trying to fix things with her. Then he came back and now we're back to limbo. See, and that's not fair to you. That's why I was saying at first, don't wait for somebody. But if there's history with that person, me saying don't wait doesn't really equate to much, right? IG, you're going to do whatever it is that you want to do. That's just not fair to you, though. That's kind of the whole point that I'm trying to make here, is that's not fair to you, to just be waiting for a possibility, right? There's not even assurances that anything's going to happen, and that's just not fair. Again, that's how I see it. Maybe I'm being a bit too harsh. I don't know. I don't think I am, but I tend not to disagree with myself too much, so. Yeah, it's hard to not wait or have the feeling, but yeah, you're right. Yeah. Like IG, let me give you a for instance here. Would you ever do this to somebody? I get that, passions can fly, things like that, but I don't feel like you would do this to somebody. I don't feel like you would leave somebody, quote unquote, as the youth says, on read, and then kind of go about your business. There needs to be communication, especially right now. Communication needs to be a very important part of what's going on right now. This person, and I understand they're going through a difficult time. I understand that. But this person's going through something, and I feel like they should talk to you, especially during this time, because it shows maturity. It shows a person that's not letting you wait, that values your time and appreciates your presence. The way they're doing things right now, to me, it sounds like something a child would do. Yeah. So you're kind of seeing a different side of this person right now, and you're seeing that it can just kind of go cold, right? They pulled away, and then you're pulling away too, and you're hoping for the best, but at this point in time, it's kind of like yeah, kind of up in the air. Okay. I still feel the connection. I do. It's not like I can say I don't feel a connection. But there's just... Wow, okay. There's just so much that's kind of standing in the way with this. And this reading right here, this is interesting. You're going to want to see these cards. Next time, guys. No, I'm just kidding. Here we go. So, IG, we get this. We get cornucopia right here. I feel, okay, and I'm going to say this, and I take this however you want, okay? But I'm going to say it like this. I do feel there's connection here. I do feel there's energy here. Doesn't mean you should be in it, regardless, okay? If there is energy and there's a connection, all the more reason this person should be talking with you. Right. And so I get the Knight of Wands in reverse, and I get the Cornucopia card. There is a connection, there is energy, but there's something blocking the connection. And this card right here is this person literally not knowing what the hell to do, not knowing what's going on. That's what I'm feeling is right here. The Knight of Wands in reverse, that can be a card that can be a player kind of energy. That's something that I could see, or someone that just doesn't know what they want in love or in life. It makes it difficult, and a hair on my tongue, it makes it difficult to be with these kinds of people. Because they'll almost make you confused by proxy, just by being next to them, because they don't know what they want. And that's what I'm seeing here. And then the reason why I say that, these other 4 cards, and Shirley, your number will be, let's see, where did I put the iPad? There it is. Your number will be 50, Shirley. Because I literally get this right here. So we have man holding a heart in reverse. And then we have the lovers in reverse. Okay, hold on one second. So, Jyoti Rani, the number that we're on, we're doing a paid reading right now, so we're not doing any numbers. We're just doing a paid reading. I'll let you know when the numbers come up. Hey there, good soul. Hold on, I'm coming right back. Okay. Yeah, good soul, your number will be number 51. Hold on. One second. Good. Okay. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Shirley, I gave you a number. I said it a few times. Number 50, Shirley. That's your number. Okay. So we have man holding a heart right here in reverse, and then we have the lovers in reverse. Okay. This right here is showing that you're okay, Shirley. This right here, to me, when I see man holding heart in reverse, the lovers in reverse, someone who doesn't respect your time at this point in time, and I understand they're going through something, but we're seeing a side of this person right now that you get to see how this person handles themselves in a crisis. And it seems to me right now that you're also involved in this so-called crisis that this person's going through in one way or another. You're kind of there. I would imagine you were being supportive. You were trying to help them. But when I see this right here, it's showing someone isn't respecting your time or your space. Man holding a heart in reverse, the lovers in reverse. And then I get this. I get rest and rejuvenation in reverse. Okay? And then I get 9 of Swords. Right here. No, King Leo, you haven't missed your turn. Not quite yet. So the 9 of Swords, if you look at this card, it is the card of anxiety, insomnia. And the rest and rejuvenation in reverse is something where you feel like you can't rest or you can't quite... Maybe it's hard for you to get this person off your mind, even though you guys have been no contact. Because it could feel like... It could feel like there's something there, and it can almost feel like we're obsessing over it in some way. And it's kind of like this person has us in a certain grip, so to speak. When I see rest and rejuvenation in reverse in the anxiety card, it's the fact that you can't rest. You can't rest. You can't feel secure in this kind of connection because this connection is giving you anxiety. It's giving you something to worry about. And because we possibly attached an outcome to this situation, it makes it very difficult for us to accept anything other than the outcome that we were wanting. And so there's a lot that you've attached yourself to in this situation that could make it very painful for you, given the circumstances, if that makes sense. Yeah, because you're doing what I feel like is the right thing. You're not saying anything, you're just doing your own thing. I would really recommend in all ways going about your day, going about your life, and not be thinking this person's going to be coming in. If and when this person ever does decide to come in, think about it. Think about it first. I understand there's a connection there, but I would say this person would need to explain themselves in a way that would be just absolutely eloquent and beautiful as to what was going on. There needs to be communication, especially right now, and I just don't think that's fair to you to not be getting that. So that's where I'm coming from. Is that making sense, IG? Well, and that's the thing, Pamela, GL, you said he may not be ready to have a healthy and committed relationship after his divorce is done, but he was trying to have one while his divorce was going on. That's not right to do either, right? Regardless of someone being ready, if someone else is dragging someone else into this mess, I don't think that's nice. I don't think that's a good thing to do. Wait until things are finalized. Wait until you can do something instead of going out of your way to make it so another person can be miserable. I don't like that. That just doesn't feel fair to me. No, Twinkle, you haven't missed your turn. Okay, so let's do the final question here. IG, what was your final question? Okay, how are the next 4 weeks between the Leo and you? Let's look. Let's just do the cards here on this one. Let's do, let's just do some cards here. So I'll do 2 cards for each week, the next 4 weeks. So I'll do 2 cards for each week, and that will be 8 cards for this one. Okay. how are the next 4 weeks between you and the Leo? So let me do, this will be for the first week, the second week, the third week, and the fourth week, and then I'm going to do energy cards above these ones. So let's try this here. See if we can come up here for you, IG. All right, we're gonna start flipping them over here. So basically I'm gonna do the next 4 weeks, and I'm gonna have it be, let's have the first week be this Wednesday to next Wednesday, and so on and so forth. I won't give you exact dates because I don't have a, well, actually I do have a calendar I can use. Let me do this. There we go. All right, so we're going to have it be, so we're going to do the 23rd, okay, we're going to do the 23rd to the 2nd to the 9th, the, let me see here, nope, well there we go, all right, the 2nd to the 9th, and then we're going to do, let's see. Oh, these are always confusing to me. And then we're going to do the 9th to the 16th and the 16th to the 23rd. Okay, how are you doing, Jim? So these first two are going to be the 23rd to the 2nd. So we get man holding a coin and the fountain in reverse, okay? These cards right here, normally the fountain card is a card about being yourself, allowing yourself to be kind of in the moment, being present, and that's all you have to do. When this is in reverse and man holding a coin is in reverse, I don't feel like you're going to hear anything about this person that's positive. You may hear from this person, but I don't feel like it's going to be a positive kind of conversation. In the first week, the 23rd to the 2nd, not feeling like there's going to be anything going on there. Let's look at the second week, though. So the second week, so the 2nd to the 9th of March, we have 4th Chakra, Archangel Raphael, with the Fool card in reverse, meaning that I feel like this person is going to reach out to you from the 2nd to the 9th, but I don't feel like they're going to have any news to share that could be positive, like a beginning for you guys. It's probably going to be like, oh, it's going to go on longer than we thought, the divorce, or oh, basically I'm feeling like it could be a delay. This person contacting you, reaching out to say, oh, things have been delayed, maybe by months, maybe by a few months. But that's what I'm feeling is there could be a reach out, but it wouldn't be anything that would be like a new beginning for you guys. Maybe you'll start talking again around this time, though. The 4th Chakra card, yeah, Chim, I can add you. The 4th Chakra card right here could be that this person reaches out, you guys talk, hopefully you straighten things out in some way, but again, I feel like the conversation is going to be like, but we're still ongoing, this is still going to take a while, and there's still going to be a sense of like, I don't know if I would say hush-hushness or whatever, but there's going to be a sense of like, not being able to be together still. That's kind of what I'm seeing there. So your number will be 52, Chim HHH. Glad to hear you're doing Gucci, though. Okay, so then let's do the 9th to the 16th. Did you like and subscribe Midnight Sapphire? Broken Heart in reverse for the 9th to the 16th, and then Queen of Swords. Okay. So that right there, if I see Broken Heart in reverse and the Queen of Swords upright, that to me could be from the 9th to the 16th. We could be feeling, again, I feel like Broken Heart in reverse, I feel like that's a good card. Things could be moving, things could be progressing. The Queen of Swords, though, could be that logically we feel like something could still be off. So this here is going to feel like we're overthinking. Even though in this situation, I wouldn't say you're overthinking. I feel like this person, I feel like this person has the potential to hurt you very badly in love. And so I could understand wanting to be careful with this. And I would not say that this person wouldn't hurt you. It feels to me like this person doesn't know what they're doing. Not that that's an excuse, because it's not. But it just, I feel like this person's selfish. I just get that feeling. So Queen of Swords right here, Broken Heart in reverse. There could be talks. You could be talking with this person, but I feel like you're going to be thinking about stuff. You're going to be thinking about how you would proceed, what you would do. I'm hoping there's a line of communication around this time, because I know that's probably what you want to have, and I want you to be happy above all else. I want you to get what you want. But let's look at this here. So let's look at March 16th to the 23rd. So we get these two cards. We get Yin Yang in reverse, and we get the Sun card in reverse. Normally the Sun card, when it's in reverse, it's not a bad card. But the way I'm reading this reading is that it feels like this person's going to reach out, they're going to pull back, they're going to reach out, they're going to pull back. And I feel like they're going to do it a few times. And again, I don't feel like that's fair to you, but that's what I feel. I feel they're going to reach out in March, the beginning of March, around that time, first week and a half in March. And then I feel like that's not going to lead to anything. I feel like that's just communication. I don't feel like it's going to mean anything. I don't feel like it's going to lead to anything. It's just going to be talking for the sake of talking. Then I feel like there will be more conversation. But then towards the end of March, I feel like it's going to go cold again. So that's what I'm getting here. I'm hoping I'm wrong, and I'm hoping this person gives you everything that you would want or need, IG. But that's what I'm getting here. Is it feels like it's going to be a while. So if you're wanting to wait, you know, you do you. You do you. You live your life the way you want to, and I really hope you find happiness in whatever it is that you want to find happiness in. But that's what I'm getting for you. So does that make sense, IG? If you wanted to, IG, you could. You let me know. Okay. Yeah, you can donate some more. There's no limit on the donations. If you have a question, we can see what we can do. Hey, Raven, how's it going? Okay, IG. We can actually do this here. So, Ravenwind, do you have a question? You're a member of this channel, so if you want to post a question, you get priority. How's it going for you, Raven? It is. It is a lot of free list people. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Thanks again, IG. I'll take someone else like you said, and we can do that, but we'll go straight back to you here in just a second. Oh. Ouch. Okay. Not yet. GOT, I'm gonna go here. Not good today, chance depressed and don't know why. Any sight on these frequent depression modes? I need answers. Not yet. We, IG donated again for another 3 questions, so we're still gonna be a minute because, I do appreciate the donations more than anything. Yeah. So let me do this. I'm going to do this really quick, and then I'm going to go back to doing this. So put that on over. Okay, there we go. Just while I'm doing, actually, I can do it this way. Okay. I can leave this here like that, and then I can go like this. There we go. Okay. All right, so Raven says, depressed and don't know why. Any sight on these frequent depression modes? I need answers. Let me look, Raven, and let me see. Let's do this here. Okay, IG, we can do that. We can do that. I don't know what triggers this depression chance. I'm fine one day and the next you've done nothing with your life. It's creepy. There can be a Raven. I can do a drawing for you here, but there could be a sense of, because we've all struggled with this, I think, to an extent, perfectionistic tendencies. That's kind of what I'm feeling. When we're talking about perfectionistic tendencies, it's kind of a feeling that we need to achieve something beside ourselves, if that makes sense. Like, we need to go out, we need to do this, we need to do that. And life is about being human. It's not about doing things. I don't think we can live life wrong, but society will tell us that, oh, if you're not doing this, that, or the other, you're doing something wrong, okay? Apparently we have to hit milestones in our life in order to be happy. I would get it. I'd get it if every time we hit one of these milestones, had a family, kids, car, whatever, we gained 100 years of life. I would literally say, you know what? There's something to this because we get to live longer. No matter what we do in our life, we're not promised another day. And I feel like if we can be in the moment and experience that, that's the richness that we should be striving for. A lot of people want to achieve something that's outside of themselves, beyond themselves or beyond their means, hoping that that will give them happiness, but it doesn't. For instance, look at a lot of celebrities, okay? They have everything they want and more, and sometimes they're the most depressed people out there because they have everything, but they're still not happy. They have attention, they have fame, still not happy, okay? There's a lot of stuff out there that's like that, and so, but I feel like for you, Raven, there's a sense of, basically it can be like we compare ourselves to other people, not doing enough with our lives, things like that. I have those thoughts creep in too. I do, but then I realize that it's a game anyway. Life is a game, and it's meant to be played however we want to play it, and we can't do it wrong. But we can feel guilty. We can put that kind of guilt inside of us and have it roll around a little bit. That's not fun to feel. But you're not alone when you say you feel this way. And there's nothing wrong with you for feeling this way. But I could understand not wanting to feel this way. It's that self-love we've been talking about. You need to understand that we can't do it wrong. And we're comparing ourselves probably to impossible standards in the first place. A lot of us want to have this, that, the other, like I was saying. And there's a lot of people that I've talked with that go after what society has told them to go after because they've been told that will make them happy. And they've done it, and they're miserable. And I feel like a lot of us, especially in the spiritual community, we're going to be leading lives that are unusual, to say the least. And we shouldn't be comparing ourselves. in any way, shape, or form because it's not about comparison. Each and every one of us is unique, okay? You wouldn't go outside and look at two trees and say which tree was better. That's weird. That's weird if you're comparing trees and saying this tree's better than that one because of this, or whatever. You would look at those two trees and say, oh, both of them are beautiful. In the spiritual community, it needs to be like that as well. Each of us is as unique as a fingerprint, and we can't be compared to other people because we are not other people. We are us. We can compare ourselves with what was going on yesterday, how we're learning, how we're growing, how we're evolving. But a lot of us are making progress, but we're not celebrating it, or we don't feel like we can because it doesn't feel like we're important enough to do that. But we're making something of ourselves every single day that we choose to stay on this earth, that we live, and that needs to be said. Honestly, we are human, and I've said this many, many times before. We're human beings, not human doings. There is no reason why we have to achieve something that's beyond ourselves in order for us to feel like we're happy. That's society's way of making us feel shamed. And we can step out of that, you know? Jim says, I make the rules and I decided today's challenge is jumping in the sewer drain. If you so well, please. If you can do it, Chim, I applaud you. And also, the Ninja Turtles owe me some money, so talk to them about that. Okay, Ravenwind says, okay, yes, I see other people I went to high school and college with. I did not complete college. I never healed from that. And they have master degrees, own homes, they're living. It's rough. And I can understand that, Raven. I can understand that, but they're not us, right? They don't know what we're going through. They don't know what's going on with us. And that's great that they have that, but we can still find joy and happiness in our lives in other areas. And when the time comes, if that's something you want to do, go back to college, do whatever it is you want to do. You could do that. You could do that if that's something you feel like you would want to do. And I can understand there's wounds there. I can definitely understand that. But when we get to a place where we're comfortable where we're at, because comparing ourselves to anybody, we're just hurting ourselves, honestly. The best thing I can tell you, Raven, is that hey there, Kevin Tribhuan. If you like and subscribe, I can put you on the free list. Hold on one second. Yes, Twinkle. Well, right now I'm doing a member reading, and then I'm going to do a free reading, and then I'm going to do... No, you didn't miss your turn. You do, Raven. That's going to be the main thing moving forward. The self-love thing. When we're being harsh with ourselves, we need to speak even softer. Okay, Kevin, your number will be number 53. Okay. Yes, a squirrel. Yes, I agree with that. Alan says, we're all on our own journey. I think you're thinking too far ahead. Focus on one goal, like maybe getting a job, then save up, then a rental, etc., etc. There's not 53 people. Kevin. It's a random number drawing, and I've already read some people. So it's not like you're at the bottom of the list at 53. It's random how it gets drawn. I mean, it's a lot of numbers, you're right. But it, doesn't really add up to too much here. So 53. All right, let's do this here. I'm going to do one free number. We're going to see what it is. 47. There it is. 47 is, let's see. SD, are you there? Is that you, Sarah? Are you 47? I have you down as 48. Am I wrong with that? Am I wrong with the 48? Because I have it it where SD is okay. Okay. Yeah, you're 40. I'm pretty sure you're 48. I'll do another number here, and we'll do that. You will get your turn though, Sarah. You guys just stay with me. Hold me close. Yes, you did, Sarah. That's okay. That's okay. 43 though, self-love and baby steps. Absolutely. Absolutely, Raven. Hey there, Mary. Yes, your number will be 50. Your number will be 54. And I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to go to IG's. I'm going to do one number draw, and then I'm going to do IG's reading. So let me do this here. Mary Wilson, number 54. All right, let's see what the next one is. Teresa Coldaria. Okay, so I'm going to say this. Whoever's on my list now, you guys will get a reading no matter what. I'm not going to do any more free readings though. So if you guys are in here, you signed up, I gave you a number, you're getting readings. If you guys are watching this, you don't have a number, toodaloo, I suppose, or you can stay and watch. But let's do this here. So Mary's going to be the last one. There's Teresa. Okay, what's your question, Teresa? Okay. Okay, that's a good question, Teresa. Let me do this here. So I'm going to draw one card, and I'll try and get as much information as I can, because that's what we do for the free readings. We draw one card. So let me do that here. Yes, it is. Psychology is a cool subject. I think it's very, very fascinating. I've learned a lot from psychologists, and I have a therapist myself. I think, especially if you're doing this kind of work, you need to make sure you're doing good too. You know? At least that's how I see it. Okay. Not yet, Ashley. We haven't done 26 yet. So one card we got here. What's going to be increasing for Teresa in the next year? What's going to be the major thing that's increasing for Teresa in the next year? So I feel like Teresa, the main thing I'm seeing that can increase for you next year, I get 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel in reverse. This to me is saying that you're going to have obstacles coming to you in the next year where I feel like it's going to be very important for you to be powerful and speak your mind, speak what's going on, and make boundaries with whatever's going on around you. I feel like next year is going to be a good year for you. I really do. But you're going to be tested in the way that you're going to tell the universe what it is that you want and also what it is that you don't want. Boundaries are very, very important, and I feel like that's going to be something that you're going to be working with. Primarily in the next year. So I would honestly say with this card here, work on boundaries, work on telling people what you do and don't want, and be very firm when you set boundaries. Make it so that when you say something, you mean it, and you don't go back on your word. Not saying you do that now, but sometimes people will say, oh, that's mean that you do that, or that's this or that or the other. We don't owe anyone anything, and boundaries are super, super important. If someone has a problem and says you're being mean with a boundary, you know, I don't give a shit. I don't care. They need to respect that. And you'll see people that will not respect the boundaries. that you could possibly set for yourself. And when you see that, take that as an opportunity to get rid of that person from your life, because you don't need people that won't respect your boundaries. Just saying. So I feel like that's what I feel is going to be coming in the next year. Okay. It comes in time. It comes in time. Sticking to your boundaries it takes time. I've been posting a lot of things about boundaries these days. Good. So hopefully it sticks. It's hard though. It's easy. I'll just say it like this. It's easy to say, it's easy to talk about boundaries. So easy to talk about them. But when it comes time in your life to actually do the work and to put yourself first and not feel like you're being selfish or feel guilty, that's the hard part. Because in a lot of ways, we don't feel like we're important enough to set a boundary for ourselves. We can talk about it all day long, or we can post about it, but actually doing it it's different. And but that's good that you're posting things about boundaries. That's a really good step. But doing it's another story. And I'm just saying from my experience, it's completely different from, writing about it. I'm still learning that myself. I have a bunch of issues I'm dealing with, boundaries, different things like that. But I know I'll find my way eventually. I'm not perfect at this. I don't think anyone is. But let yourself, Teresa, I don't know how to say your name. Hopefully I'm saying it right. I'm saying it two ways. So, but have yourself. Okay, I lost my train of thought. I was going to say have yourself a merry little Christmas. Don't know where that came from. Give yourself the benefit of the doubt. If at first you set a boundary and your voice is shaking and your knees are wobbling, that's okay. That's okay. There's been a lot of times where I've been so upset and mad at somebody and I set a boundary and my voice was trembling. I was not in a place where I don't think anyone would have taken me seriously, but when you start standing up for yourself and you put yourself first because you're the only you've got, that's something that I feel like is majorly important, and it gets easier to do as time goes on. It does get easier. It doesn't stay hard. It doesn't stay feeling like it's impossible. You'll eventually be that person that can't hold themselves back from saying how they feel, and that's a nice feeling. That's liberating. So hopefully that gives you some insight there. Ellen says she was going to say that, and let's see here. So yeah, Pamela's got a point. Absolutely. But it comes with practice. It comes with practice. It comes with time, and it comes with patience and gentleness. 100,000%. On days when we can't be gentle with ourselves, we have to be even more gentle with ourselves. And that's always the difficult part, because we feel like we don't deserve it sometimes. We don't deserve to be the kind voice in our head because we've been raised with one that wasn't kind. And so that's kind of where I'm coming from with that. So that's a good one too, Pamela. I heard one time that one of the best things you can do when you're standing up for yourself is imagine that you're protecting like a 5-year-old kid, right? Imagine that you have a kid, 5 years old. What would you tolerate and what wouldn't you tolerate with how someone was treating that child? Treat yourself like you're responsible for someone you're taking care of. How would you let that happen? A lot of times when something happens to us, if our friend literally told us the exact same thing, or our family member literally told us the exact same thing that happened to them, we would look at them and say, that's messed up. That's so messed up. But then when it happens to us, we're like, okay. And we take it. So hopefully that makes sense what I'm saying. It takes time. It takes time. Okay. So, IG, are you still there? Why is it easier? Why is it easier to stand up for someone else than it is to stand up for yourself? What's your first question, IG? And then we'll address that, and I'll talk here. I feel like because there's a part of us that feels like we're not important enough to stand up for. If we were raised in an environment where we were told that other people were more important than us, either by our family or our friends or our society, then it's going to be really hard for us growing up to stand up for ourselves and to be confident. I honestly feel like that's the reason why, is because we've been told that we're lesser than. Other people are more important. Other people are always the priority. And then when we get older, we keep doing people-pleasing mentality and we keep entering that. So that's what I'm seeing there. I hear you, Pamela. I hear you on that. Oh, I gotta do this. Okay, so let's do this here. There we go. Now we're back on IG's reading here. So, how will the next 4 months be between the Leo and me? So let's look at that. How will the next 4 months be? Let's do the same thing. Let's do 4 cards up top, 4 cards down bottom. Why does that sound weird? 4 cards down bottom. Yeah. I'm sorry, IG. I'm a really weird person. None of you guys would want to know me in real life. I'm that bizarre. I'm a strange person. All right, let's do this here. There we go. Let's do this again. That card. It's a double negative. It sounds comically amazing, as double negatives tend to do. King Leo, you're very sweet. You're very nice. But hell no. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to disagree with you on that. I mean, you're very nice, but no. I'm not anywhere close to perfect. Thank you, Pamela. You're very sweet. Thank you. I appreciate that. I've had to work on things over time, and because I've had a beautiful partner in my life, my girlfriend, she's taught me more about life than anyone ever has even come close to teaching me. And she's shown me times when I've been stubborn. She's shown me times when I've been not the nicest person, and she's handled that with grace, and she's giving me opportunities to make myself better. But I honestly do believe that that's one of the reasons why I can at least somewhat have a decent somewhat have a decent people skills, I guess would be the term. I was an egomaniac growing up, and she popped that bubble for me, and that was amazing that she did that. At the time, though, didn't like it at all. I thought I was God's gift to people. Let me put it that way. I'm doing IG's reading. I don't need to go into my stories here, but yeah. Needless to say, humbling experiences are wonderful. Maybe not in the moment, but eventually. Oh, absolutely, there's a reason. 100%. 100% there's a reason why. But, yeah. Okay, so let's do this for IG. What's going on for Leo in the next 4 months here? Move these over here. So let's do month by month. So let's do... I feel like February is almost over. So IG, do you want to do February, March, April, May? Or do you want to do March, April, May, June? But yeah, I've learned a lot. Right. Yeah, between you and Leo. Hey, how you doing, Kiru? How's it going? It's been a long time. The April, June one. Okay, so let's do that. So we're going to do March, April, May, June. All right, so let's do that for you. So coming up in March, what's going to be going on between the Leo and you? I'm sorry to hear that, Kiru. Well, I'm here. I'm here right now. Hopefully you're feeling better now. She has. She has definitely IG. It's, yeah, I was a mess before. I didn't see it. I did not see it, but I had a lot of, not healthy, traits, I guess you could say. It's embarrassing, but right. So we have Door to Spirit and Three of Wands in reverse. So in March, I'm seeing this. Door to Spirit, Three of Wands in reverse. Subtle messages, if anything at all, with Leo. Three of Wands in reverse, it's kind of like not working together, not building a foundation. So it feels like March is a very slow month. I do feel like there will be messages like we talked about earlier. I don't feel like it's going to be anything that's concrete, anything that's easy. And then we have this here. So let's look at April. We have 6 Chakra Metatron in April. Beautiful card, I think. And then we have the Chariot right here in reverse. And the Chariot in reverse in this instance here is, I feel like in April you're going to have realizations. I feel like there could be a tendency here for you to say, what am I doing? What's going on here with this connection? When I see the Chariot in reverse, it's like energy that's stuck. Because the Chariot upright, this card upright, was okay, that makes sense, because earlier we had something here and it was I literally had this written down earlier and it was the word Cancer right here. And it didn't make sense at that point in time, but then getting this card here in reverse, this would make sense now. So there is a tendency for stop-go kind of energy. This person in April, I feel like April is going to be a month where they're not reaching out as much. I do feel like they will reach out. It just doesn't feel like it's going to be a super strong, again, kind of conversation here. But you're seeing things differently. The 6th chakra is about seeing through illusion or seeing through something, and I think you'll be able to have some clarity in April with this connection. It does. It does happen to the best of us, and I feel, Jean and Pamela, that I'm okay with sharing my journey as much as I can, because I understand other people, there might be fear for them sharing their journey. But yeah, you guys wouldn't have liked me 13 years ago. I didn't like me 13 years ago. I really doubt you guys would have. But it's, yeah, I've grown. Everyone grows. Everyone learns. And it's just one of those things. Let's look at May here. Okay, so in May we have this. Queen of Wands and Contract. Both of these cards are upright. And the wands could represent the Leo energy 100%. When I see this, maybe in May, there could be a finalizing of the divorce. Kind of like what Jano's hoping for. But there could be something final coming up in May. Contract being here, I do view this as like legality matters, things like papers, court papers, things like that would be the way I would describe contract. It can also be about balance in the justice system, but I see it mainly as like legalities, things like that. So when I see this, something could be happening in May where things are moving along. And hopefully that's the case. I want you to be happy. I want you to get what you want. But I feel like May is going to be the time where things start to possibly move in that direction. That's going to be something that's very... Like, I feel like that's going to be a pivotal month when I see these two cards. Because both of them are upright, and both of them seem like it's full steam ahead. And it feels like there's going to be things finalizing in May. Let's look at this here. 21 in the chat. Nice. Awesome. I have no idea how many people are in the chat because I never look. I don't want to psych myself out. Just an FYI. So then we get Angel of Strength in reverse. Here, this is for June. And we get the Three of Coins. And the Angel of Strength I could view as a Leo card. So this person, I feel they're going to come in May. I feel they're going to be there. And then right here, Angel of Strength in reverse and the Three of Coins. I feel like they're going to be pulling back again, possibly in June. I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping when things finalize, things are going, it's good. I feel like this person has a lot of issues, and I don't feel like they know how to resolve them. If you could get this person in a way, IG, like therapy, if you could get this person to go to therapy or to do something like that, that's how much I feel like this person needs something. They need some guidance on something. They need to be able to be comfortable with themselves, because I don't get that this person's comfortable with themselves, but I also feel like they involve other people in things that don't need to involve other people. And yeah, so I feel like it's going to be touch and go would be the best way I could describe it for the next 4 months. I do feel like there's going to be contact. I do feel like the divorce or something similar is going to be finalized. He was going, but I think he stopped. Yeah. And so I feel like you're going to see more of this person's character in the next 4 months, and at that time, make a decision. It seems like in April you're going to be thinking about stuff. I feel like you're going to have some clarity and see kind of what's going on, but that's what I'm getting here. Does that help answer that question for you? Because we can do your other questions now if you want to, IG. Oh. Hey, Amalu. So anyone that got a number, you guys can get readings, but the free list is closed. Sorry, Amalu. You just missed it. Free list is closed, and I'm doing a paid reading right now anyway, so. Okay. I'll be on Friday. You got to get here earlier. You got to get here before the 4-hour mark. Okay, what will the outcome be between you and the Leo? Like, ultimately, what will the outcome be? Let's look here. Jean's one of the good ones. They come in here and help uplift the chat. I appreciate that. Love and support is what I want to have in this chat. Sorry, Amalu. Like I said, Friday, try to get here just a little bit earlier. I can also do private readings too, you guys, if that's what you're into. Let's see here, IG. What's going to be the ultimate outcome between you and the Leo? I'm going to do, this is her second question. I don't have a time limit, Ellen. It's just, it goes on for as long as it goes on. Paid readings are always the priority. I will get to you guys, though, as long as you stay with me. But yeah, I don't do a hard limit. Let's do one more shuffle here. What will be the outcome of IG and the Leo? Okay. Okay. Okay, so here's what I'm getting. IG, we get the Thinking Man right here, and then we get the Seven of Swords in reverse. Okay, the Thinking Man with the Seven of Swords in reverse means that I feel like ultimately the outcome is going to be this person is going to be thinking. This person's going to be thinking about what to do. This person is in that state where I feel like they're in their head. They kind of go into a, let's call it a fantasy world. Basically, they're just thinking for the most part. And because they're thinking, they're not doing. When we're thinking, and all we do is we think about our thoughts, there's no room for anything else, and we definitely can't be in the present moment. And so right here, it's feeling to me like this person's just going to put themselves in a place where they're thinking about doing this, they're thinking about doing that, but I don't feel like the person's going to be taking action. I then get this. I get first chakra, Archangel Michael here, and then I get Judgment in reverse. Okay. Judgment in reverse is a card that speaks about purpose. It can speak about spiritual purpose generally, but when I see first chakra, Archangel Michael, and then I see Judgment in reverse, it feels to me like this connection is meant to teach you your worth. If I could say anything, I would say that this connection is going to show you how valuable you are to yourself. Because this, and I'll show you the other two cards here because I'm reading it this way because of the last two cards, but the first chakra, Archangel Michael, can be like a sexual connection, or it can be like a rudimentary connection with this person, and I understand there's a connection. And I've said it before, there is a connection here. But when I see this in the Judgment in reverse, I feel like this person's maybe meant more to teach us how to love and respect ourselves, but through opposites, because humans generally learn through contrast. We learn hot from cold, day from night, left from right, because they're contrasting things, and that's the duality concept. And earlier we got the yin-yang symbol in reverse with you in the reading, and so I feel like one way for you to learn this is through the duality concept, learning through contrast. So learning what we don't want to get what we do want, if that's the way I would read this. Now, then we have this. We have adjacent possibilities in reverse. And then we have the Hermit card right here. Okay, the Hermit card, I feel like, says everything in this situation. I feel like the ultimate outcome of this is going to be you feeling alone in this situation. You feeling like this person can be somewhat there for you, but they can never give you exactly what you would want in a relationship. And I feel like if you're with this person, you're going to be settling. Honestly, you're going to be settling for something that is not in your best interest. And maybe there's a fear of being alone. Maybe there's a fear of different things, but I do feel like you deserve better. And the cards right here are saying that with the Hermit, it's going to end up basically, I'm just not seeing it going anywhere. And this reading doesn't give me a sense of like a strong connection. That being said, sometimes when we see these readings, if I want you to be happy, I want you to get what you want. But The way I'm reading it here, it does feel like it's going to be a they're going to leave kind of situation. I feel eventually I'll walk away or he will offer something, but I won't want it then anymore. That's kind of what I'm seeing too. It's always hard to set these kinds of boundaries, to set these kinds of kind of rules for ourselves. But as soon as we start seeing our worth, the universe starts throwing things at us where it's like, are you worth this much? And then you can say, no, I'm worth more than that. Are you worth this much? You know, eventually the universe matches your price and then exceeds it. This one's Trixie here at the back. Adorable little fuzz butt. That's how it is. But, yeah. Thank you, Jean. That's very nice for you to say that. I try. I tried. What was your last question, IG? Hopefully that addressed that question. And I hope I'm not being too harsh. I try to... And I probably shouldn't be as involved as I am with you guys. Yeah, Trixie. So, like this. But I want you guys to be happy. And I want you guys to know you deserve better. Because you do. And I feel like, and maybe I'm wrong in saying this, maybe this isn't something you've ever heard before, that you're worth much more than you think you are, because a lot of us in life settle for something, we settle for being leftovers when we're a prime cut, you know what I mean? That's what I feel is what we do, but yeah. Trixie, yes, there you go, KG. I think we all really appreciate that. Thank you, Jim. Thank you. I appreciate that. I wasn't taught this stuff growing up, and I feel like, honestly, schools should be teaching emotional education. Schools should be teaching how to love somebody. We're not taught the really important things in school. I don't care about algebra. I really don't. But I do care about how we could love someone, how we could be there for someone. That's what I care about. Wish they would have that be something. Anyway. IG says, how are the next 5 months? Okay. Absolutely, Chim. Emotional intelligence should be a mandatory class. And, 100%. 100%. What's that? Okay. I think so, Chim. Let's do this here. I'll do 5 cards here, and we'll look at each month. So we'll do March, like I said, so we'll do March, April, May, June, July. So that's what we'll do. We'll do 5 cards: March, April, May, June, and July. I guess I could do. Okay, let me do this then. I feel like, Gene, we're taught as children to be good to others, but we're not taught as children to be good to ourselves, and we never learn emotional control or well-being. You know, we never learned that because a lot of us don't have parents that are there, or siblings that are there, or society, people in society that are there that can help validate our experiences and make us feel safe. And a lot of us, if we don't have safety, then we go up trying to seek it from other sources that aren't safe, hoping that we can find something. Trixie, honey. Trixie, you wanna come off of there? All right, thank you. All right, let's shuffle these cards here. Yeah, I hear you on that, Raven. And I'll say this too. I'll say this, and you guys can think whatever you want when I say this. Just know this is my view. This is my belief system. And IG, I'll get to your reading here, because I was reading Chim's thing there, Chim's question. And what's really funny, although not funny, is how these religious organizations, and if you guys are good Christians or good Catholics or whatever you happen to be, awesome. That is so cool. I love that. But a lot of these religions tell people, it gives people an us versus them mentality. It makes other people feel like they're superior to others and they can look down on them and they can judge them. And for that reason alone, I feel like religion is deeply flawed, at least in my belief system. Because there is that superiority, the us versus them, the saved versus the unsaved, or whatever it happens to be. There tends to be this kind of system that's competitive, and I feel like that just breeds hate in this world, and I hate that. I really do. But again, if you guys are good in your religions, you're trying your best, and that's something you believe in, awesome. More power to you, Okay. So next 5 months. So the first month is going to be yeah. Right, my opinion, absolutely. Thank you, Chim. I appreciate that. Thank you. So we have the garden. We have the garden and the gate in reverse. And then we have the Hierophant in reverse. So our first month of March is going to be us. I feel like we're going to be picking up ourselves. We're going to be kind of dusting ourselves off, kind of seeing what life has to offer. So March is going to be a month of, not necessarily, I don't like using the term putting ourselves out there, because I feel like that's a weird term. When aren't we putting ourselves out there? All of us are like turtles with houses on our backs. We have to stick our necks out to move, And so I would say that March is going to be a month where you're going to be focused more on doing things in a way, and it could be non-traditional. Okay, and I say it because I see this. I see the Hierophant in reverse and the garden and the gate in reverse, meaning that we're no longer looking at what other people have and envying what they have. I feel like we're going to be focusing more on what we have in the moment and focusing on how we can incorporate that into making even bigger moments or better moments in the future. But we need to be present now to see what's going on with us. That to me is going to be, the month of March is going to be the month of presence, of being present with ourselves, having self-awareness, and understanding what that means. That to me is going to be the month of March. The month of April is going to be this. So I'm going to do this here. So connecting the month of March and April, we have the Hierophant. And here is this. We have Journey. Okay. This, when I see this card with the Hierophant card, this is making me think that it's going to be a journey of, like I was talking about, journey of self-discovery, journey of self-respect, understanding yourself, focusing on how you're going to be doing. Okay. So far right now, it's not feeling like it's a financial reading. It's not feeling like it's a like anything else. To me, it just feels like this is you living your life for yourself and not for other people, right? That's what I'm seeing. And that's what I feel like is the most important thing. And absolutely, Pamela GL, I agree with that. I do agree with that. Like I said, there are people that are religious that are very good people, but there is a very, very, very loud minority of religious, hateful people. And it makes it seem like it's all religion is hateful. I don't believe that, but I do think the people that are hateful are very, very adamant about their hate. And that's something that I just hate. I hate, right? That doesn't help the issue, does it? But it's just a shame. So, moving inward, I saw a candle in my mind's eye, and this candle there was like a breeze, there was wind blowing on it, but the candle was refusing to bow to the wind. It was saying, I'm going to stay lit, I'm going to do my thing, and the wind isn't going to get me down. And I feel like there's going to be a sense of you, a sense of pride, a sense of strength and grit that comes in that helps you to move forward in March and April. I feel like you're a very strong, resilient person, but sometimes I feel like we put that on the back burner. Maybe we're focused on other people, or maybe we don't even know maybe we don't want other people to see our strength or what it is that we deal with. But I feel like you're strong, and I feel like you know what's best for you. So I'm going to go to this next card here. So we've got May coming up. Yes, May. So in May, we've got this. Cornucopia in reverse and the Two of Wands. Hold on a second. I hear you on that. Jano. Hating someone because they're different than us. That to me sounds like a narcissistic God, don't you think? Literally, we're talking about narcissism and stuff like that. That to me sounds pretty gross. That God would be jealous, or that God would be, hating on other people because they're gay or they're different or whatever it happens to be. God seems pretty intolerant for the creator of the universe. Maybe they should get their shit checked, right? All right, so we've got Cornucopia in reverse, Two of Wands, and this to me is going to be, so in May, I view Cornucopia in reverse as it's not a bad card, but I feel like you're going to be focusing more on getting stuff done and less on celebrating the fact that you're doing better. It feels like in It feels like in May you're finally going to say that you deserve more, and not just in a way where it's like this slight thing, like where it's maybe an idea, maybe not. I feel like honestly around April, May, you're going to finally say you're going to have a choice. That's what the Two of Wands comes in here, and it represents. There's two ways this can go. You can say how much you're worth, okay, which is an infinite amount, by the way. We're not talking about an actual price. You're priceless, okay? But I should probably come up with another analogy. But you're going to have an opportunity. You're going to have an opportunity to say, this is bullshit. I want to live my life for me. Other people can do what they want to do, but they are not me. And so you're going to be taking your power back in May. And you have a choice. You have a choice in May on how you want to do this. All right, you get it. All right. I figured, IG, I just want to apparently hammer it to death. So that's what we're going to do here. All right, so then we're going to do May coming up. There we go. All right, May, we have this. Well, hold on. March, April, May, June. June, we have this. I'm sorry. June, we have door to personal healing and happiness. And then we have Five of Wands. About the amount. Okay, I figured. We're priceless sons of guns. All right, that's the whole thing. So when I see... That was weird. Uh-oh. Alright, let's do this then. Alright, apparently we're going back to the laptop camera. My other camera decided to turn off. Is it hot? What happened? Alright. Okay, we're back. We're back. It's good I got two cameras. Okay, Jano, have a good one. So door to personal healing and happiness, and 5 of Wands. All right. This right here is telling me that June is going to be a really good month, and you're going to be focusing on reaping what you sow. So standing up for yourself, being there for yourself, that's going to be something that is going to be hugely important. We're almost done with the reading, Ellen, so I would say you can stay put. Because once we start getting to the free questions, it's going to be pretty rapid fire. And at this point in time, if you guys leave, I call your name, you're not going back on the list. So that's how this works. Stay tuned, stay put. When your name's called, it's called. I will not put you back on the list if you miss your name. I don't make any exceptions with that rule unless you're a member. I do not make any exceptions. All right, so the 5 of Wands here for June. This is to say that there could be some friendly competition, or there could be something going on. Maybe our energies are feeling a little more scattered, but it feels like excited energy. It doesn't feel like we're focusing more on recovery as much, even though I feel like that's still going to be something. Okay, go for it. Go for it, Ellen. And then here's what I get here. So friendly competition, focusing on that. And then in, let's see. In July, we have this one. We have Magician and the Mirror in reverse. And so July is going to be coming to you, IG, and it's going to be asking if what you've been through is enough. I feel like there's going to be an opportunity that presents itself, and you're going to be shown something where if you've taken self-love to heart and you've done this, you're going to pass this test. But I feel like the universe in July is going to be testing you and saying, what have you learned? You know, we talked about that priceless thing. I do feel like maybe there's a relationship, maybe something's coming along, but I want you to listen to the voice because I feel like it's going to be a test from the universe. If you feel like it's good, basically this, when we're talking about relationships, if the person can talk with you, they appreciate you, you trust them and they trust you, communication is good, good relationship, okay? If the person that you're in a relationship with tries to move things too quickly, or it's really vague, or there's this, that, or the other, then it's not going to be a good fit. But I feel like you're going to be tested in July where the universe is going to ask you, what have you learned? And I feel like you can do that. I honestly feel like July, I don't feel like July is going to be a bad month either, but I do feel like there's going to be a test. Maybe the Leo comes in, or maybe something happens where you need to make a choice, again, like we were talking about. So that's what I'm feeling there. Does that make sense, IG? I agree with that, Pamela. I agree to make your burden lighter and it's a gift to yourself. I do agree with that, but to me, that's generally farther down the road. You know, that way of thinking is more, it's further down the road. You know, I do agree. IG says, yeah, I feel like it could be him. He always comes back. It could be a test. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing. So, does that help answer your question, IG? Hopefully that does. Exactly, Pamela, whenever we are ready. You're very welcome, IG. You're very, very welcome. I'm going to go to the free list here, and we're going to see what we can do, so... But thank you again, IG. I appreciate the donations, and I appreciate talking with someone who's open-minded and enjoys conversation. Sometimes, like I said, I feel like I'm busting balls, and I feel like I'm being mean. I promise I'm not trying to be. Okay, we can do that. We can do. Let's do some free ones, like you said, IG, and then we can do some more donations. So let's do some free ones here. Okay, so we have some ones to go here. So 53 is Kevin. Kevin Tribhuan. Hopefully that. Awesome, IG. I'm glad you like the way I explain things. Thank you, Raven. I appreciate that. Spirit talking. Awesome. There's Kevin. Thank you, IG, for saying that. No, Shirley, you didn't miss your number. I had a person, a teacher, like a mentor person, and they would do like inspirational mediumship, which is where spirit comes in and it speaks through them. I would love to do that. You know, I feel like in some ways I can do that, because sometimes when I'm talking to you guys, and this is going to sound weird, but sometimes when I talk to you guys, I kind of leave my body and I just keep talking. And I do feel like that's spirit's way of coming in and trying to say something. But I really liked how how he would do things. There's so much power in us, in people, and I feel like a lot of us are told that it doesn't exist because other people want to keep us powerless. But honestly speaking, it's because they're scared, right? Okay. I have been, Shirley. I've been on donations. We're going back here, though. We're going to do some more readings here. So we're on Kevin's question. And Kevin says, for now, Gioiti, I have no idea how to say your name. I'm sorry. Okay, so 53 is Kevin, and he says, will you be happy with double major in the future? Let's look at that. Will Kevin be happy with double major in the future? Let's see here. Will Kevin be happy with a double major in the future? I get this, Kevin. So I see this card here. It's contract, okay? I feel like you will be happy with it. I do feel like it's going to be a lot of work, maybe even a little bit more than we were thinking it was going to be. And a double major sounds hard anyway. I can barely handle a single major, whatever the hell that is. So I feel like this card, the contract, yeah, I think you'll be happy. I do think it's going to be a lot of work. But I do think you'll be happy with it. Absolutely, Kevin. Absolutely. I did a trance mediumship class, and in that class, you could feel when spirit was trying to impress itself upon you, you know? But it's more subtle for me, I suppose. It's not something I'm thinking about. It just sort of happens. But absolutely, I do think that it's spirit coming through and doing something to that extent. Right there, GOT, that was 53. So Let's do a few of these here. 39 is Becca B. Are you still there? You're very welcome, Kevin. Becca B. Are you still there? Hey there, King Leo. I don't think Becca B's there. 36 is just the letter K. No, 44 hasn't happened yet. Just the letter K. Not the name, just the letter, like literally in the alphabet, the letter K, just that letter, that's the name. It's just a capital K. Had to over-explain that. For myself, I guess, I don't know. I'm weird that way. 33. Al-Shifa. Al-Shifa. Hopefully you're there, Al-Shifa. They were lucky to get that name, LOL. I'm telling you right now, calling K. K. Some of the names on here, I say them and it just confuses me. Because that name is one letter. That name is one letter. But I cannot call it easily. I cannot call it easy. If I say, it's kind of like, yeah, if I say K, are you here? It literally sounds like I'm saying, okay, are you here? Okay, are you here? You know? I don't think they are. 42. Oh, King Leo. There we go. King Leo. Step right up. We have one person on here. They're very sweet. I like them when they come on. They're very, very sweet. Their name is JK. But every time, like their username is JK, every time I say something, it sounds like I'm saying just kidding either at the beginning or the end of the sentence. And that's just weird. It's like I'll be talking to them, giving them a reading, and I'll be like, JK, here's what I get. But it makes it sound like I'm just joking the whole time, which I am, but not that bad. Okay, King Leo says, what will my finances look like next month? Let's see. What will King Leo's finances look like next month? Jim says, you're going to have a great day, JK. See? You get it, Jim. You get it. It sounds like... it sounds kind of passive-aggressive in a way. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I feel. Jim says, I should change my name to Dan Dinaz or some. Just be the child I'm meant. Jim, you got to be the child you're meant to be. 100%, 1,000%, 100,000% on... Okay, so King Leo. I'm getting sidetracked here. What will finances look like next month for King Leo? We get this card. We get yin yang right here. Actually, I should get rid of this. Why is that still up? Just for a second. I'll just put that right there. Okay. Actually, I don't want to have that either. I don't want to have that either because that implies that I'm still doing readings. Oh, I see what you did there, Chim. I see what you did there. That's funny. I haven't seen that one before. That's good. That's a good one. Did not see that one. I'd say I did not see that one coming, but that's a joke in itself, and maybe that's a little too dirty. Okay, so we have yin yang right here. And so King Leo, I feel like when I see the yin yang card here, I feel like your finances will be better next month. Or they might be about the same. I feel like they're going to be the same, maybe a little bit better. So it feels to me like it's going to be kind of right in there. So the finances aren't going to be a huge difference, but I feel like there is going to be some difference. I just feel like it's going to be smaller. Hopefully it's a bigger thing though, but that's what I'm feeling. So that's what I got. Yin yang. No, Ellen, you haven't been called. We're on the free readings now though, so. Okay, let's go to the next one here. Are you still there, IG? Oh. Okay. Yep, they're still there. Hey there, Cigar. How are you doing? You donated again. Keep doing some free ones. Awesome. Okay, I will, IG. Thank you. Okay, so let's do this. Well, let me do this first. Let's do, okay. A little scared to do that. Okay, that's not working. Why does it do that? Sorry, guys, I'm talking to myself. Okay, let's do this. And then let's do this here. And then let's do this one. That'll work. That'll work like that. Okay, so our next free reading up is going to be #23 is Feeling It Crabs. Are you feeling it, Mr. Krabs? Are you still there? I think you were here like 2 hours ago. I was here too 2 hours ago. It's kind of weird how we both meet at the same time everywhere we go. But yeah, so let's move to the next one here. Number 44. Gioiti Ronnie. Your number is up. Number 44 is up. Cigar. Can you be added to the list? I'm sorry, guys. The list is closed. The list is closed. Free list is closed. Some people are getting internet issues here, but I'm not, I don't know why. Number 44, Gioiti. You've been waiting for a while, and I do not make exceptions, so I'm going to give you just a little bit more time here. Gioiti, number 44, JYOTI RANI. Just a little bit longer here. All right. Moving on. 54. Mary Wilson, are you still there? Raven, you would love some crab legs, but the crab would love its crab legs even more. I'm just going to throw that one out there. We never think what the crab wants. And they will one day be our rulers. I have weird dreams, guys. Okay, Mary Wilson, are you there? Okay, Mary is there. There's JK as we speak. Jeannie is what their name is. JK for short. All right. All right, hidden truth of the relationship the spirit wants you to know. Let's see for Mary. Let's see what we can find here. It's always, I want chicken nuggets, and never, how are the chicken nuggets feeling today? 100% Chim, 100%. They are feeling crispy and delicious, if you were wondering. Is that an emotion? Crispy and delicious? I think it is. I think it is. I can feel it in my gut. All right, let's do this here. Hidden truth of the relationship that Spirit wants you to know from Mary Wilson. Okay, so this is what I've got for you, Mary. I get this card here. Woman holding a heart. This to me, Mary, says that the relationship is going to teach you how to love yourself through contrast. I was talking about this a little bit earlier. This card here is basically saying we're being shown the things that do not resonate with us, things that are not really meant for us, and we can grow from those experiences and realize that we're worth more, right? And this card right here is basically saying that you're learning through contrast. The secret of the relationship, of things if they're falling apart or whatever it happens to be, is that you're learning how to love yourself in a deeper way. But sometimes we have to learn through contrast. Sometimes we have to learn in a painful way, even though it's not fun. We tend to respond more to pain, and we grow from that. And so I feel like it's the universe trying to give you a way to grow out of this, because there are much better things out there on the horizon, but we have to heal first. So that's what I feel, Mary, would be the thing that's going on there. Okay. Let me do another one here. 45. Jeannie. You just barely came in here. Jeannie, JK, are you there? Ooh, French toast is good. French toast is, I had French toast for breakfast today. I love French toast. You're eating your dinner while you watch. Awesome. Awesome, Ellen. You're welcome, Mary. Thank you for stopping in, my friend, and for being patient. I do appreciate that. There we go. What's your question, Jeannie? JK? Go for it, Raven. Pick me up something while you're there. Awesome, JK. Go for it. Thank you, Jean, for coming on here. I appreciate that. And I'll do this here. Nope. All right. So, Jean, there's no pressure for you to come on, but I've made you moderator. I appreciate you coming on here. Very kind. And so I made you moderator, and there's no pressure. There's no pressure for you to come on, but when you can, or if you want to, yeah. You can help me out if you wouldn't mind. Or just watch the show. Either way is good. Whatever the cards say. Okay, let's do that. JK says whatever the cards say. Let's see. What do the cards want JK to know? Jeannie, what do the cards want Jeannie to know? Gotta say Jeannie. Oh, French toast. Awesome, Jean. Awesome. Now we have a Jean and a Jeannie. Yes, you are. Okay, JK. Remember, you guys, to refresh your streams often, just to make sure that you're caught up with me. Can't do anything if it just if it's buffering. I can't do anything on my end. But let's see what we can do here. So, here's what I get for you, JK, Jeannie. We get door to personal healing and happiness in reverse. Thank you again, Jean. Awesome. So door to personal healing and happiness in reverse, to me, is saying that I feel like we need to be more, how do we put this? So basically, I feel like if we can celebrate the moment more, we're going to have more moments to celebrate. But there can be times in our life that it's difficult for us to focus on the present, just because there can be so many things going on in the day-to-day that we kind of miss the day-to-day, right? And so I think this is basically saying if you can be more present, if you can be more there and celebrate the tiny things, celebrate the big things, basically celebrate whenever you can, because I feel like an energy that's missing in a lot of people's lives, not because we want to, but it could be an energy of, it can be an energy of gratitude, or it can be an energy of appreciation, because sometimes we get caught up in the parts of life that are difficult. And I feel like if we can reset and see that there are good parts to life too, there are parts that are messy, of course, but I feel like life is meant to be experienced, and I feel like you're doing just that. So celebrate the happy, and just basically let yourself be in that state of mind. That's what I'm feeling for you, JK Genie. And I'm going to call you JK Genie, because if I call you Genie, it sounds like I'm giving Gene a nickname. That is how it goes. Does that help you, JK Genie? Genie JK. Let me do this here. Hey there, Kefian. I'm going to go to the next one here. 38. Oh, Pamela GL, are you still there? Sorry, Kefian, the list closed a while ago, but I'll be on Friday. There we go, Pamela. What is your question, my friend? I understand, JK. I get it. I do. It can be, Oh, hey, buddy. You're welcome. You're very welcome. Is he going to pursue a romantic relationship with you in the near future? Let's see here. Thank you, Gene. I appreciate that. If I get to know you better, Ellen, as time goes on, I feel like I'm knowing you now. I think maybe we could do something like that. Maybe. I'm not picky with the mods necessarily, but I want you guys to understand that if you do take the mod position, you don't ever have to come here. It's not something you have to do. But I just want you guys to, I'll think about it, Ellen. I will think about it. Because I've got Chantel and Jean. I think I got one or two other moderators. But yeah, it's never an obligation. It's always something, if you want to do it, you can. Or you can just stop in and say hi, even if you're a mod, and leave or check out if you need to. But alright, let me do this here. Shrug the shoulders. No, Nina's not a mod. I do have Chantel, though. Nina's a member. She's not a mod. And Chantel is incredible. I mean, they're very good. I can understand sometimes they can't make it, though. Okay, so we're on Pamela GL, so she's green, Ellen, because she's a member. You can join as a member underneath, and she's paying like $2 a month, and then she gets priority as well. So it's one of those things like $2 a month if that's something people feel comfortable with. I don't think it's asking too much. And then you get 2 cards if you have a question to ask, and you get priority. So we have a few members. We have Kayla, Nina, Cindy Nichols. I'm not sure how you do that. Maybe it's different in Australia. I don't know. Maybe it's upside down. Little flipped. Yeah, Chantel's awesome. I mean, crazy good. So Pamela, romantic, let's say 3 months. Let's say within 3 months. Here's the card I get here. I get woman holding a heart, so that looks good to me. Oh, you're in New Zealand. Same thing. No, I'm just kidding. That probably makes you upset. Same thing. I don't know. Maybe in New Zealand, there isn't pulling your leg a bit. I'm going to take the whole thing off. There will be no leg to speak of. But this to me, Pamela, this looks like a good card. This really looks like a good card. So I would say possibly within 3-4 months, maybe there could be something going on there. I'd say 80%, 20%. 80% it could happen, 20% it might not happen, but that's what I'm feeling for you, Pamela. So I feel like there can be something there. I do. Hopefully that helps you, Pamela. Okay. All right, let's keep shaking this bacon. 51 is Good Soul. Are you still there, Good Soul? Good Soul. Good soul. The soul is good. Are you there? Number 51, you're here to have fun. Good soul, it's time to roll. All right. Good night. There it is. Number 19 is... Okay, they went to bed. Number 11 is... Pocky 2. Pocky 2, are you there? It will, Ellen. As time goes on, your number gets more and more likely. As time goes on, that number gets more and more likely. We're getting close. Number 11. It's time for heaven. Pocky 2. I haven't either. $48. There's no more time to wait. Your number's up, Buttercup. 48. Sarah. Are you there, Sarah? No, so right here. You see that, Ellen? It says prevent re-rolls, and there's a check mark next to it. It's hard to see because it's blue. It doesn't keep doing the same numbers. So every time this little whirligig starts to spin, it's going to be a win-win. All right, 48. All right. Number 12. I'm feeling swelve. What rhymes with 12? Shelve. Don't be put on a shelf. I don't know. It's over, guys. That one's gone. Number 12 is Varuni. Number 12 is Varuni, and in your read we delve. Ooh, that's good. That's good, Chim. Damn it. I missed it. I'm going to be kicking myself with a peg leg for that one. Rhyme game is strong. No, it's not. That's some weak-ass sauce that I'm putting out there. I can't rhyme 12 with anything. I'm running out of ideas. Your number hasn't come up yet, Twinkle, but we're starting to push through. 24. Leanne Douglas, 24. Don't be a bore. Come on down. I'm a circus clown. I'm happy with that one. It flows. No, you haven't missed your turn, Twinkle. It flows right off the tongue and onto the ground and then collects dust. 3 hasn't been called yet. All right. Good soup. Yeah, good soup. I know that one. I know that meme. Okay. Number 26, Ashley Groves. Are you there? Ashley Groves. Okay, number 26, pick up sticks. Come to the... No. Telling you, it's gone. It's gone. The brain has left the building. Number 26 was Ashley Groves. Don't think we're there. Number 7 is, let's see. Number 7 is Mariam. Are you there, Mariam? You were here a super long time ago. Literally the start of my reading, like 20 minutes in. If you're still there, you're a trooper. You're appreciated. It's past your bedtime. Go to bed. Okay. So let's do this one here. Number 21, time for fun. Ellen. Okay, Ellen. Hopefully you're there, Ellen. Ellen Goodsell is related to Alan Badby. And that's all I have to say. It's not rhyming, but there's some name puns going on there, so that's what we can appreciate. Ellen, are you there? Awesome, there we go. There we go. Finally, Ellen gets justification. However, this is going to be a bad dream scenario. I'm going to call your number and I just won't be able to see your question. And then I'll go to the next one. That's how it works on this channel. No, you go for it, Ellen. Type your question. I will be questioning my typing. I'm not a good typer, but I try. Okay. Mustaches are good because you can save a little bit of food for later. Nobody asked, but there it is. Oh. Man. I like the crystal balls. I like them. Okay, so keep asking about this person and not getting much hello, but I just wanted to ask this time around, what is going on with him or like, can you tell me anything, like if you see friendship or love? Okay, so let's look here, Ellen, and see what we can do. Ellen's wondering if we can see friendship or love. Let's see, let's do this. Do I see friendship with this person that Ellen is talking about? Do I see friendship with this person Ellen's talking about? I had to burp there, I'm sorry. Do I see friendship with this person Ellen is talking about? You're welcome, Ellen. Thank you for being patient. Lots of spiritual people have told you he's hard to read. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this once, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. No, I don't think 34 has been called yet, Sherma. Like I said, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. When a reader says that a person is hard to read, if they're a good reader, and they say the person's hard to read, it generally means that person doesn't know how to read themselves. I'm just going to throw that out there. Sometimes I've had people come to me asking a question about someone, and you couldn't read them because the emotional part was closed off. Something could be going on that way. You could be dealing with people like that. Just something that could be happening. Friendship or chance of love. Haha, chance of love. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Love. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. Yes, you're absolutely fine, IG. You can go right after this one. Let's do this one for Ellen. Is there a chance of friendship or love? Oh. Maybe something is going on here. We get number 3. Look at me, blossoming abundance. Right here. So when I see this one, Ellen, maybe there could be something. Maybe there could be something. I'm not even going to say in the distant future, because things change. Quantum energy definitely comes into play. So I'm going to say it like this. I do feel like there could be a connection here, and I'm hoping it's what you want. Normally, I bust your balls. Okay, we've talked about this. Even if you don't have balls, I can bust them. I'm that good. So when I see blossoming abundance, I feel like there definitely could be a connection. Hopefully the person reaches out. Okay, I'm really hoping that's the case. But there we go. So we will see. We will see, Ellen. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Things can change. Things can change. People can change. Situations can change. Events stay the same. Those never change. But okay, so IG, what are your questions? We're going to go back to the paid readings here. I'm going to do this. And this. There we go. Okay. You're welcome, Ellen. You are welcome. Okay. So why is the Leo in your life? So we talked about this. I can draw cards. I can draw cards. Hold on one second. It's supposed to be the 2 of spades. Okay, I can't draw cards, but I will say this. This person has come into your life, IG, because, as I was saying earlier, we learn through contrast. Contrast is the primary thing. And the duality concept is majorly important when we're talking about spirituality and people coming into our lives, situations happening. If you think about it like this, there would be no reason, in my opinion, to live a life if there was nothing that we could grow from. And the only experiences that we can grow from generally are painful ones because they get our attention and they allow us to transform ourselves. Pain is a very transformative tool. And sometimes when we're not listening to things that we've possibly been ignoring for a while, not possibly, we've been ignoring, something comes along for us to focus primarily on that lesson. And as I was saying earlier, this is for self-love. This is for you to see how far you care about yourself, to see where you're at on that kind of journey. People come into your life to show you things. Even people that are, let's say, negative individuals, they still show you things about yourself. Maybe they're uncomfortable things, and they're painful things, but there's still something we can learn from every connection that we have if we dive deep enough. I sincerely believe that. But that's what I feel primarily this person is in your life to teach you. They're there to teach you a lesson in a way that isn't conventional, but it's something that I feel like you need to pay attention to at this point in time. If we're talking about that, that's kind of what we touched on a little bit earlier. As I was saying, we learn, when we're children, we learn things are hot and we learn things are cold. We learn through varying degrees of contrast. That's how we learn things in this reality because of the duality concept. Things are split up. Wherever there's a front, there's a back. Wherever there's an up, there's a down. Wherever there's a left, there's a right. So that's kind of the scenario we're learning there. And humans learn the most through contrast. And sometimes contrast is painful, but it's necessary for the growing process, if that makes sense. Fresh news, I'm sorry, my friend. And you're okay to ask. You're absolutely fine to ask. You seem like a lovely person. But I'm no longer taking free questions or paid questions after this one. So I'll be on Friday, though. I will be on Friday, and I will be as giddy as a clam to answer your questions. Whatever that means, clams are giddy little shits, so. Oh, man. Does that make sense, IG? You too, Ellen. Not tomorrow, but Friday. I have my class tomorrow, so I'm not going to be here. Thank you, Jean. That one's more intuitive, yes, but also the cards were showing duality spun upside down. One of your cards that you had in one of the earlier questions, the yin-yang symbol was spun upside down. And to me, that's needing to learn a lesson the hard way. And not because we're dumb or we're stupid or anything like that. Sometimes the universe keeps giving us lessons, and we don't see the lesson for what it is until later on. And then when we finally see it, the universe stops giving us that lesson. So hopefully that gives you some insight there. Because we did get the cards coming up as well, but that was for a different question. But sometimes when you're a psychic or you're an intuitive, you bypass the question before you've even asked it to get to the root of the question. Why is this person here? And I felt like it was to learn through contrast. And it's kind of like, if you want to think of it like this, hold on. If you want to think of it like this, shit. Oh, okay. If there's something going on in our bodies physically, until it starts hurting, we're probably not going to go to the doctor. A lot of us are going to be really stubborn, and we're not going to go to the doctor until it starts hurting. In a lot of ways, that's how these issues are. We don't see it as being an issue until it starts hurting and it comes into our lives. And at that point, we realize it's a bigger issue than we thought. But just like with feeling the pain that we were ignoring, or feeling that thing that we were ignoring in our bodies, it's similar to that. Does that make sense? It's kind of like it gets our attention because it's painful. And this is the same kind of thing, but it's painful in a different way. But it gets your attention, and it wants you to resolve it. It's not trying to make you feel worse. It's trying to resolve an issue to make you feel better in the long run. But sometimes it's like having surgery. You go in there and then the thing gets removed, the lesson is learned, but you still have to recover from the surgery. So that's kind of how these things work. So hopefully that makes some sense. There are other live readers on YouTube. I've heard rumors, but I've never seen one myself. No, that's another thing too. So IG, do you have some more questions here? Because I I want to help you as much as I can. And if you're getting a little sleepy, a little tired, you're going to go to Snoozertown Village. Population... I don't know, not a lot of people live in Snoozertown Village. It's kind of a place you visit. You know, you don't stay there. Is that your second question? I feel like a genie and I'm granting wishes. Is this your second question, basically, IG? I'll shuffle the cards here on this one. Okay. Ellen says, hey Chance, just wondering, but did you get my comment about how we were arguing, so at the moment we were doing space, no contact? I didn't see that one, Ellen. Snoozertown City. Alright, Jim, you win this time. I try to read all your messages, but I missed some of them. Alright, so when IG moves on, will the Leo keep trying to come back? I'm going to say yes. But let's look at some cards and see what we can come up with here. Let's roll that beautiful human being footage. Bush's baked beans. Oh, come on. Human being footage, exactly. You get it. You get it, IG. Fresh news, that is a hell of a kerfuffle right there, my friend. Yeah, I'm going to say right now, in my honest opinion, as I'm shuffling cards for IG, don't do it. Don't crash the wedding and say that you love her. And I understand you're asking on here if it's the right thing to do. I won't do your reading, but I will give you an answer to that. Don't. You had your shot, and I don't want to be that person. Hopefully I don't sound rude. You had your shot, and you didn't take it. And that would just not be a good thing for you to do in that situation. Because you would be, first off, it's their wedding day. Second off, you're making it about you. You know, there's an episode of Friends. I think Ross is getting married again. You know how Friends is. But you don't want to do that. That's my opinion. You can do whatever you want, but I would say no. Don't do it. All right. So IG says, when you move on, will the Leo keep trying to come back? Let's do some cards here. But I appreciate Fresh News that you came on here and you were willing to be vulnerable and talk about things instead of, doing it and being impulsive. I feel like you're thinking things through a lot more than some people would, and I appreciate that you're doing that at least. So I'm not judging you or being, I'm not trying to be too harsh. I just want you to, that's what I think. But yeah. That's good, Jim. That's good. That is good. Okay, so here's what I've got. For you, IG, I get contract and I get the world card. Okay? This literally means until you start thinking of yourself as being someone that's worth it, and basically, until you give yourself the world, this person's going to keep coming back. And they're going to keep being a lesson for you. Until you put up a boundary or say what's going on, they are going to keep coming back. And I understand there's history, there's things going on that way. I'll show you the other stuff here too. We have door to personal healing and happiness in reverse, and then we have Knight of Swords right here. Door to personal healing and happiness in reverse and Knight of Swords is going to be, we just need to think of ourselves in a better light, because I do feel like you deserve so much better. But until you see that, until you understand that on an intimate level, you're going to keep allowing people similar to this person to come in because you don't know your own worth. Again, we're not going to go into that. You're priceless, and you know that. You know that's where we're going there. Price is not an issue. You're priceless. You're not for sale. Okay, you're not in the bargain bin. You're and you're not a 2-for-1 deal. I don't know if that last one probably doesn't make any sense. But anyway, then we get this card here. We get appreciation, and then we get the Two of Swords in reverse. Okay, appreciation and the Two of Swords in reverse is going to be you need to make up your mind to appreciate yourself. Okay, this card here is literally saying, I don't know how to make up my mind, or I don't know what to do. I feel like you're a very smart person, and I feel like this advice I'm giving you, I feel like you could give to somebody else. But when it comes to taking the advice that you could possibly give, it's harder for you to do that. It's harder for you to see things clearly. But I feel like you're a very smart person. I feel like you understand exactly what I'm saying. Maybe applying it is more difficult than me telling it to you, but a part of you, I think, already knows this. A part of you already knows it, but yeah, so that's what I'm getting there. They will keep coming back until you make a decision, a choice to say enough. That's what I'm seeing. So fresh news, that's awesome. I think what you're doing is really good. And I think something better could eventually come your way, not better in the way that a person is better than another person, but something that can fit that cleaner lifestyle. It sounds to me like you've been through a lot, and I can understand that that's, it's a selfish thing, but it sounds to me like you're understanding things from a good heart perspective. But at this point in time, my opinion, completely my opinion, kind of like what Chim said, if you love her, you got to let her go. And if something happens in that relationship that has nothing to do with you and she becomes available again, my opinion, then I feel like maybe you could try something then, but it sounds like you got a lot of love to give, and you'll just have to find the person to give that love to, I think. At least that's what I'm thinking. What's your other question, IG? But yeah, applying it is the hard part. 100%, 1,000%, 100,000%. I'm going to do that every time. It's going to be my new saying. Shirley says, how many things do you think someone can do incorrectly before you think you should cancel them out? Chance. It's not how many things that someone does before you cancel them out, because people can apologize and they can do better, but it's the fact that it's the fact on how we handle it, right? Or what's going on. If someone outright disrespects us repeatedly, constantly, and they make us feel lesser than, and we try to talk to them, but we can't. If we feel so drained after we've talked to this person that it's not worth it, that to me is worth walking away from. And again, it's not about how many times someone screws up. It's about if someone screws up and they apologize, I don't care how many times they do it. If they screw up, they apologize and they take action to make it better, that to me is a good relationship. But if they screw up, they keep screwing up, they never apologize, you can never bring it up or talk about it, or that's taboo, right? You can't bring up what happened, yesterday, because God, that was yesterday, and today's today. Oh my God. If that's the case, get rid of the person, in my opinion. because they don't respect you, they don't appreciate you, and they're going to waste your time. But definitely that's what I think on it. So IG, advice on what to do with the Leo. Let's look. You're okay, Shirley. That's a good question. You're good, Fresh News. You're safe here. I'm not judging your choices. I appreciate the fact that you came on here. You could talk about it, and yeah. Keep it going, my friend. I understand it can be difficult, but I appreciate you coming on here and letting us know what's up. And I wish you the best. You needed to hear that. It's okay. All right. Actually, you said advice on what to do with the Leo, so that's what I'll do is I'll just do some advice. Just because I feel like the cards, when it comes to advice from the cards, they can give some input, but this right here, I'll just say, it really is up to how someone treats you. I understand there can be reasons. There can be reasons why something is happening, and we give the person the benefit of the doubt. But what happens is when we start giving someone the benefit of the doubt, and we really start giving it to them over and over again, it doesn't matter what they do. They know that you're going to be, in a way, you're going to be a pushover, and that they can step all over that. And it's not to say that you're not a kind and loving person. In fact, you would be too kind in those instances, in those scenarios. But if someone, like I've been saying, if someone does something wrong, and then they apologize for it, and then they actually work and take steps to make it better, awesome. That's a partner worth keeping. 100%. Okay, that's a partner worth keeping. But if someone does something wrong, can't talk about it, there's no communication, you don't feel like you can trust the person, then there's something wrong there. And we should feel like our partner is going to be there for us through thick and thin. And we should feel like we can throw them a lifeline, they can throw us a lifeline. But all through it all, we communicate and we talk about it. And if that's not happening, that's not a partner for you. A good partner for you is a partner that cares for you and loves you. That's the best partner that you can ask for. A lot of us are kind of addicted to the trauma of finding a partner because a person knows how to avoid us just right. A person knows how to inflict the right amount of emotional pain with us. And we could have had an avoidant father or an avoidant mother. Okay, and because of that, these people come in our lives, we're not healed. And because we're not healed, we think that's love. We honestly think that that is love, and it's not. It's conditional love, and it's something that will fade in time. Once we've healed and we understand self-love, then we can focus on attracting partners that also understand self-love because we know what the red flags look like. We know what a time waster looks like. But until we've loved ourselves, established boundaries, and worked on that, we will keep attracting the wrong people. Because that's how it is. We're all guilty of it, Chim. Don't worry about that. We're all guilty of it. I'm not calling anybody out. It's a learning experience. And it's one of the ways we can really learn self-love in big ways, is through other people. We either learn self-love through other people in a negative context, or we learn self-love through other people in a positive context. But either way, we can learn self-love. And I honestly, sincerely believe that. So, does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. I know when I throw around words like self-love, when I throw around that kind of stuff, it probably seems himbly-bimbly, up in the air, but it really isn't. Self-love is just putting yourself first, and that's not selfish. That is not selfish. We're the only us that we have. So we have to do it that way. Frederica says, I had to learn the hard way. Most of us did. No shame in that. I don't want any of you guys to feel any shame for that, because it's learning the hard way, the easy way, it doesn't matter. As long as you're learning and you're experiencing, that's what's important. That to me is what's important. And that's a good trait to have in a partner, is someone who is willing to learn and to grow. No, I don't think you're a selfish person, Frederica. Appreciate the way your mind works, Chim. Thank you, Chim. That's very sweet. Hey there, Jay Qualley. How you doing? How will you know once you have enough self-love to be with the right person? That's a good question. What's the contrast? Okay. Good night, Ellen. Have a good one, my friend. So the contrast of knowing how you found the right person. Like I said, we need to find someone who gives us the time of day. If we're talking with someone, you want someone to look at you in a way that they're listening to what you're saying. You want to have organic conversations with people. You want to be able to basically have memories, grow with a person. If you're with somebody and they're very closed off, they don't tell you about things, they're very vague, and there's not much of a connection. Maybe there's a sex connection, maybe there's that kind of intimacy, but there's nothing else beyond that. That's not a good connection because you're missing. I mean, you can do whatever you want. If that's a connection that you want, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you want something deeper, then it needs to be in a way that we feel like we can trust the person. We feel like they appreciate us and we appreciate them. We feel like we can talk to them if something goes wrong. We feel like we can set boundaries around somebody and not have them get upset. If you're ever talking to a partner or a friend and you set a boundary or you say, I don't like that, and then they get mad at you for not liking it, okay? If someone's like bothering you or pestering you and you say, please stop it, and they get mad at you for that, that's when you know it's time to move on. We need to find people that understand us in a way that if we set boundaries or we say what we do and don't like or do or don't tolerate, they adjust, they help us, they say they're sorry for things and they work on making things better. That's when you know you'll find a good partner. But the only way you can really tell if you have a good partner or not is to have boundaries, is to understand yourself well enough to say if you do or don't like something. Because that's going to be the major important thing there, because then you can tell if someone's going to be genuinely good for you or not. But it takes trial and error, and especially if we've come from a family or a situation where we have people-pleasing mentality, it takes time. It does. It takes time. I'm sorry, Jay Qualley. No spots, my friend. But it's yeah. Yep. It's a fine line to figure it out, IG, until you understand what that line looks like and then you get it. Because sometimes people change and sometimes they don't. The desire for someone to want to change has to come from them, right? Talk about it, Jay Qualley, if you want to. There won't be room on the list, but if something did happen, go for it. People, like I'm saying here, people will change when they have a desire to change. But if people have shown us time and time again their true colors, and they've shown us that they're stubborn, they don't want to change, or they think they're good enough as they are, that right there can show some red flags. In my opinion, there's something that goes like this. One partner, two people fall in love with each other, right? They get married, they have a life together, and one day the man stops trying. He stops trying in the relationship. He stops doing anything that he can, and he just basically lets himself go in the relationship. He doesn't try to put any effort into anything. He doesn't help around the house. He doesn't do anything. And the other person in the relationship doesn't like this. And they try to bring it up to that person. They try to say, you don't do anything. You're not helping out. You've let yourself go. There's nothing going on here, and I don't feel like you're putting an effort in the relationship anymore. And then if he gets mad at that person, if he gets mad and says that, I thought you said you'd always love me, right? Those kinds of things, those kinds of issues, we need to take a step back and realize that always loving someone means as long as that person is willing to grow and change. That's when, if someone has stopped growing, they become stagnant and they're actually impeding our progress as spiritual beings or as emotional beings, or they're controlling us to the point of insanity, then it's time for us to take a step back and realize that person's not for us anymore. At a time, they were an important part in our book or in our story, but sometimes they just become a bookmark, and then we go on to the other chapters, you know. IG, I like your GF helped you to be better, but how did she know to give another chance? That's a good question, actually. That's a really good question. Because I tested her time and time again. I mean, I pushed that to the limit. So how did she know to give me another shot? I had a lot of narcissistic qualities. I did. I was very, very selfish person. Thought the world revolved around me. I had my healing abilities when I was 17. I thought I was really hot shit, and those abilities got sealed away. And as weird as that sounds, the ego came in, and it made me feel like, because I was so injured, I felt like I had this huge sense of self-importance. And she saw through that, because I had good traits too, but there was a lot of me that was wounded, and she could see that I needed help. And there were times where I wouldn't take the help, but there was times where I would take the help, and she would help me grow because I would allow that to happen. And in a relationship, you'll know if it's a good one if you want to help the person and they say, okay, let's do this together. I'm still struggling with that myself to this day. I try to let her in as much as I can, but because of how men are raised in, especially in American society, it's really hard for me to be vulnerable, but I'm working through that. And she understands that, and she gives me more chances to try to understand myself and my emotions, because in a lot of ways I'm stunted in those ways, and I'm trying to grow and understand it now. But yeah, so that's kind of where it was. She kept giving me chances because I kept showing her that I was trying. But then there were times where I wasn't trying as much, and she let me know that as well, and I had to try even harder, and I had to keep putting myself out there and keep trying to understand, even though at points it was very difficult. She's absolutely amazing. She's 100% my best friend, and so much more. So she's a beautiful soul. Maybe one day you guys will get to meet her. I've been trying to get her on here, but we'll see. We'll see what we can do. So, but yeah, you want to have someone that sees you and understands, because I was willing to try and I was open to things and I could talk to her. That was where it was at. But if I wasn't that way, she would have left a long time ago. And I was stubborn at points. I was really stubborn and didn't want to change and thought that my shit don't stink kind of a person. I'm not kidding when I say egomaniac. I am not kidding. I was intolerable. And I realize that now. I realize I had this huge chip on my shoulder and that I felt like the world owed me so much and I wasn't doing anything to deserve that. Not that you have to deserve it, but you know what I mean. Yeah. The chat would just be flooded with compliments. Yeah, I know. The chat's amazing. Very nice. How long have you been together? It's been 13 years. Going on 14 this September. Me personally, I have a low tolerance. I'd left your ass for real. Frederica, I'm honestly saying right now, if I was her and she was me, first off, that's weird. But yeah, I would have left too. I would have left a long time ago. She is. She is amazing, guys. She definitely is very amazing. So, yeah, you'll know when you find somebody if you can work through things together, if you can talk about things, and if you can feel like you can resolve things together, that's going to be when you know you've found somebody. But, yeah. Oh, absolutely. And I really love her. I can feel her love every day, and I really love her too, so it's definitely awesome. Thank you, Jake Wally. Thank you. You said something, Jake Wally. You said up here. Last time I was here, you pulled a card for me. It was a storm card. Do you remember that? I draw so many cards. If I can be completely honest, Jake Wally, I don't remember. But you telling me that it happened, I believe you. I just don't remember. You're dealing with somebody who has short-term memory loss. That's the word. I have a funny story. No more stories. No more stories. But because I want to give you guys the free readings here, so IG, does that help answer your question though? With everything, hopefully I was thorough and I gave you some insight. If you have more questions on your healing journey, guys, whenever I come on here, you have more questions on your healing journey, ask me, and we can focus on this. We can do this together. You guys are not alone. You're very welcome, IG. You're very welcome. Quick fix or something new? Absolutely, Gene. Absolutely. I'm gonna go to the other lists here. So let me do this here. All right. So we had, who was our? Okay. 43 is Twinkle Yadav. Are you there, Twinkle Yadav? Twinkle Yadav. All right. 34. Sherma, are you there, Sherma? You've been waiting patiently. Super appreciated that you're waiting patiently. So, number 34 is Sherma, or Sherna. I don't know how to say your name for sure, but I'm trying. So you told me it means, let's see. So you told me it means it could go both ways. Stuff went better with her, and then, there was a storm going. She broke up with me the same day the storm was going. And then I happened to find out that I haven't had that, Shirley, a bright yellow light. I haven't had that. All right. 16. No, they already had theirs. They actually paid for theirs. 37, Dodo A. Oh, awesome, you came right in. Dodo A, are you, what's your question? That's crazy that you came right in right as I was pulling it. So, El Dodo A, it's your turn for a question. And the storm and the girl's name are literally the same name. Oh, okay. Okay. That's uncanny. That's uncanny that happened. I'm sorry the breakup happened. But at the same time, it sounded like it was difficult, right? So, Dodo or Doodoo El Dodo A, KG's friend. Maybe you're typing your question now. What's your question? Okay, there we go. How does El feel towards you? Okay, let me look at that. How does El... Oh, got this right here. I haven't seen... She might be back, Jake Wally. It sounds like a turbulent relationship regardless. But... Next time I'm on, Jay, on Friday, if you come on there, I think we could do that for you. I'm not doing any more questions now, but... Alright, so... Let's see. How does El feel about... El Dodo here? How does El feel? Let me draw a couple more cards. Or let me draw a card here, hold on. It could be an aura, surely. It could be an aura thing. Colors are different. Colors are different because colors can mean different things to different people. One person's red can be another person's blue. Biases make it so we see certain colors as meaning certain things, but sometimes we can see red, one person will see anger, another person will see love. So it's interesting how the colors work, but each person is different on their own interpretation of the colors. So right here, what did you say? You said, how does L feel towards you? I get the Caring Connections card. So this is a good card to have. Hopefully there is a caring connection here, and hopefully they make their feelings known. That's a good card to have, though, El Dodo. That's good. That's really good. So I think that's a good one to have. So, little off the subject, Chance. Worked with this lady that every time she said she can't do something well growing up, her mom would say no such thing as can't. By the time she was an adult, she was convinced that can't was not a real word. Well, someone had to grab a dictionary and show her that can't was a real word. That's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard. It sounds like a character in The Office. You know what I mean? That's like sitcom level weird. It's not off subject because that's bizarre. That's some weird shit. Wow. I don't even know what to say to that. I'm dumbfounded on that one. There is dumbfounding, but there's no smartfounding. You're welcome. You're welcome, Dodo. Thank you for coming on here. And let's see what we got here for 30. Okay, we did that one. So 46, Maya Robinson. Are you still there, Maya Robinson? You were here a long time ago. I'll give you about 20 seconds to get your shit together. I'm just kidding. But Maya Robinson, if you're there, number 26, step up to the plate, don't be late. But if you are, it's okay. I don't, you do you. The rhyme kind of fell through halfway, but let's do this here. 50. Shirley. It's Shirley's turn. Interesting, huh? But it made her push in life, and she never believed that she can't do anything. It actually helped her. It sounds like it. It does sound like it would help her. Until you get into a yes man situation and you start saying yes to everything, and there's some things you don't want to say yes to. Mind control on a very bizarre level. Absolutely, Jane. Very bizarre level. Okay, Shirley. Maybe you're typing your question. She was able to do most things. Can't was never an option. Wow. Yes, you're 50, Shirley. I've been calling you for a while. Maybe your internet was buffering, but yes, your turn is up. Or your turn is now, so. Oh, man. More like mind can't troll, right? Replace the control with the can't troll because of the can't. If I have to explain a joke, it's not funny. I know, guys, I know. Hi, can you please tell me why was my primary dentist so abusive to you today? I'm sorry to hear that, Shirley. There's not an excuse. If someone's being abusive, it really doesn't matter the reason. Like, it doesn't matter. I know you wanted to ask that question, and I know you probably want there to be a response that would make you feel better, but some people are just assholes, and I'm sorry that you had to deal with a dentist that was doing that to you, but there's no reason why someone should be abusive or mean to you, especially a dentist. That, to me, is, that's an abuse of power. That's not right. So there would be no reason, there'd be no rhyme or reason for someone to treat you like shit. There just isn't. I'm not going to cover that up and I'm going to say, oh, it's because he's in pain. No, people have a choice to treat you well or to not treat you well. If you can get a new dentist, I would strongly recommend Shirley getting a new dentist because you should feel safe in the dentist's office. But you shouldn't have to put up with that. That's bullshit. There's no excuse for abusive behavior like that. I don't even care what they said or what they did. If you were feeling like they were abusing you, you were feeling not safe, that's just, yeah, like Frederica says, better report him. Because there's not a reason that my cards could come up with that would make sense as to why someone would be an asshole. Because there isn't a reason why you should be an asshole or, yeah. People always have a choice, and some people choose the wrong choice repeatedly. And has nothing to do with you, Shirley, as things go on. If this person was being abusive to you, please don't think that it's a reflection of you being a bad person or you doing this or that wrong. It's not. It's this person not being healed and just being a jerk. I had a crack, I believed, on my front tooth. He said I am imagining it and humiliated me with his assistant. Then he went on and finally showed me the line. He said it was from an old cavity that was... Yeah, I hear you, Chim. Absolutely. Dentists or what have you, I went to see a doctor a few years ago, at this point, or a couple years ago, and it was a $250 visit. And he basically just told me to take heartburn medication. That was it. $250. And did not help me, did not look like he was an ear, nose, and throat doctor. He didn't do hardly anything to check me out or to look at anything or to offer advice. Just wanted to put me on pills and that was it. So just because they're doctors or they're medical workers doesn't mean they're good people. Some people are just shitty. He hit my tooth hard with a tool and I showed him where the issue was. Then he went on to say I need to not be in my head and I need to think of other things besides being obsessed with my teeth. Wow. Shit, Shirley, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you had to go through that. That's ridiculous. Yeah, find a new dentist and report his ass. That's ridiculous. I wouldn't put up with that shit. And yeah, I'm sorry you had to deal with that, Shirley. Dentists can be narcissistic too, so please, Shirley, in any way whatsoever, it sounds like you know this person was being abusive, and you do. You do know this person was being abusive, and they were trying to gaslight you and make you feel like you were either imagining things or you were being obsessive, which is ridiculous. I was so upset and started crying on my way home. I'm really gentle soul. I would never treat someone so cruel. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't do that, Shirley. And that to me, that's a really good trait. Other people don't have that. Other people do not understand that. Shirley is, you said, me too, Chance, what a frickin' prick, excuse my language. If that's as worse as you can go, I understand. I get it. You're allowed to be upset. Like 100%. Let yourself be upset because that's ridiculous. That is so ridiculous. I'd report him. I'd give him a bad Yelp review. I would, yeah, I mean, the Yelp review would actually might be a good idea. If you can give them a bad Yelp review or do whatever you can to make it so that this person, report them, Yelp review, any other kind of reviews. Let other people know if you had a bad experience, if that would make you feel better, and I would do it. I'd do it in a heartbeat. Anyway, I'm sorry, Shirley, you had to go through that. I'm going to go to the next person here just because we've been on here for about 6 hours now, so I'm getting ready to call it good for the evening. They left. They had to leave. They had to go to sleep. Number 6 is Shruti. I don't think they're still here. I'm pretty sure that was like literally the first 5 minutes of my live. $52, Chim HHH. What is your question, my friend? Oh. So I imagine we can't, yeah. So Chim, are you there, my friend? Chim HHH. There we go. What do I do to help myself move forward and get over the pain of my ex? No, it's okay. It's okay, Shirley. I'm letting you know. I'm letting you know that it's a shitty situation, but it's not unheard of. How you felt was completely valid. There are shitty people, even healthcare professionals out there. I just want you to know that you're not alone in this story. That's not to minimize your story or mine, but just to say, I get it. I understand. There's shitty people out there. What can I do to help myself move forward and get over the pain of my ex? I've come so far from the last time we talked about my mental health. I'm actually quite proud of myself. Good. So, and I love hearing that. Let me draw a card here, Chim, and we can see. What can you do to get over the X here? All right, what can we do here? Okay, Deceit in Reverse. This card right here, Deceit in Reverse. We need to quit. This one here it could be negative self-talk, or it could be feeling like sometimes when we're in a situation or a relationship, we could be feeling like we're missing out on something when the relationship ends. The best thing we can do from these relationships that don't work out is we need to view them almost like someone has died. We're in a process of mourning someone because we had plans. Possibly we were thinking about future events we were going to do together. And when you break up with someone, it is like that person is dead, but they're still alive. But you need to go through that mourning process and realize that this person was not good for you. The best thing I can tell you is that you need to keep telling yourself, and it gets easier. It does get easier, Chim. Eventually it gets to the point where you can really see it and understand it. Right now you're still in a phase where you're processing your emotions, and this is normal. You're going to feel cognitive dissonance, right? Cognitive dissonance is where we believe two opposing ideals to be true, or two opposing beliefs to be true at the same time. Until we choose one belief or ideal over another belief or ideal, we're going to feel confused and in a fog. Eventually your mind will make the choice where it's like, that person wasn't good for me. I can move on, things can get better, but you need to keep processing your emotions as time goes on. You said you're proud of yourself for doing what you've done. I am too. That's awesome. There's still some more work to do, but you're already doing very well, and I want you to keep doing that work. It takes time, and it takes patience, and it takes gentleness, but you'll eventually be able to be in a space where you can see it for how it was. But right now, you're still in a place where sometimes you're probably wondering if it was the right thing to do. Not saying you're doing that all the time, but a lot of times we view relationships with rose-colored glasses. We maximize how sweet they were at certain times, and then we minimize how much of an asshole they were at other times. And this makes it so that we see the good in the person because we're good people. So we see good in people, but we ignore the bad. And so eventually in time, you will see that it's self-love, and it's important for you to have this. And if someone showed you their true colors, that's on them. It has nothing to do with you. they are unhealed, they need to focus on themselves. They probably won't, but at least you have the ability to change and to grow, and these people don't. A lot of people that leave us in these kind of situations, in these relationships, they don't have the ability to grow past the age of 5. Okay, and I'm not even kidding. I've seen 70-year-olds act like they were 3. I said 5, but I've seen 70-year-olds throw tantrums. Okay? The part of your brain that activates during addiction is the part that activates when you get rejected. I've used that addiction to cope with worst feelings of my life for such a long time, so it's complicated. I can understand. It sounds like it is complicated. That one's one that the only thing is, like I'm saying, Chim, it's just going to take time, but eventually you'll see it for what it is. But it sounds like you understand that. It's weird to say you're addicted to pain. I think we get addicted to pain because instead of feeling numb, we would rather feel something. So to me, if we're addicted to pain, we're at least feeling something. Even though it hurts, it's a hell that we're used to. That's what I'm feeling. Eventually, we can make it so that we can establish a stronger sense of self-love and boundaries to where that won't be the case. But that's what I'm seeing there. So hopefully that makes sense. Give it time, be gentle with yourself, and you can use this as a catalyst for transformation for you. But it just takes time, and you need to be gentle. Whole thing. Okay, let's see who else we got on here. Hopefully, Chim, that was helpful. You're very welcome. I appreciate you coming on here and helping to uplift the chat. I always like it when you come on here because it makes me feel like, oh, I got a friend, and I appreciate that. I really do. And so, let's do this here. 41 is Jason or Jano. I'm pretty sure they left a while ago, but if Jason or Jano is there, can you step forward here, my friend? I'm just going to go to the next number. I'm pretty sure they left a while ago. You're welcome, Chim. Oh, that's the last one. Okay. So, everybody, thank you, Shirley. I appreciate that, and I do view you guys as my friends. And so I want you to know we can be there for each other. We can help each other grow, and that's kind of the point of the community. So, everybody, I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you guys on Friday. So everyone take care. Friday, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and I will see you then. So everyone take care, toodaloo, and all that good shit, okay? See you guys.